first and foremost, we're going to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem
Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakatadash.
And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect out there, as well as the brothers out there preaching His word, the truth and sincerity. You know, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in another week, another day, you know, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, which biblically is known as Babylon the Great. Right. And hey, as most of you may know, today is so-called Mother's Day. You know, another day dedicated to the worship of what is it, Semiramis?
Semiramis.
Queen of Heaven. You know, that energy pretty much uplifting women. You know.
Ain't Ishtar another one? Or that's East. Same shit. Yeah.
I just want to say this. It's the same energy. It goes back to the same energy of Valentine's Day, of what's going on just past? Easter. All these go the same. The same energy. What's the energy? It's uplifting. But it pushes a vibration of bowing down to women, which the scriptures tell you that women wasn't given wisdom nor the position of leading. Right. You got it.
Yeah, man. We pretty much here to condemn that whole spirit and that whole energy, man. It's nothing against women particularly. It's just this whole energy of worshiping and uplifting and magnifying women, man. That's not the spirit we're supposed to be in. The only entity we're supposed to be magnifying like that is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
Right.
And the Lord is not with that whole energy. And you know, we look around and we see all these women out. You know, they got their nice little clothes on. You know, they all in that energy of you know, look at me. It's the spotlight on them today.
Right.
And, you know, the Lord is not with that energy, man.
I do got it. This is 1 Corinthians, because I'm getting the 11th chapter, because there's an order. But you're going to realize as you get into the Bible and you start looking at society, there's always a pecking order. That pecking order is set up and was designed from the Heavenly Father through Yahushua to set that up on earth. And right now, because of the devil is ruling the earth, and his physical counterparts are ruling the earth with their perverse minds, they messed up the order of things. Okay, so now they have the leaders worshiping the servants, so to speak. Okay, and what do you think the servant's going to do? They're going to make sure that they're appeased with what they want.
Right.
Well, that's not what the Heavenly Father wants. He wants, what we love is having things in order. When things are in its proper order, everything runs the right way as it's supposed to. Men are supposed to be effeminate. Women are supposed to be feminine. Men are supposed to be masculine. Women are not supposed to be masculine. These things are set up on purpose. So when you're outside of your role, it messes up the way society and the earth itself moves. All right, so let me get a slide. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. I'll start at the top. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of the anointed Mashiach Yahushua. Right? Now I pray you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Because in Corinth, Greece, they had it out of order then too. So he was setting the church back. Paul wrote this letter to set the church back up in order the proper way. Okay, so that's why there was a lot of disorder, if you will, because you see how heavy these books are, particularly in the church of Corinth, right? It says, as I delivered them unto you, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, the anointed, right? And the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High God, Yahweh. All right, so that order is set up for a purpose, and that's how the Spirit flows through it. The Spirit ain't gonna skip everybody and go straight to you women. That's not how this works. Okay, another place in the scripture is showing that women are supposed to be leading men. All right, they're supposed to be leading the younger women. Okay, and taking care of the household duties.
Yeah.
But the order is set up for the Most High God, then Yahushai, then the man, That's how the Spirit flows, and then the women and the children. Yep. Correct. Yep.
And that wasn't Apostle Paul giving you the order according to his liking. He was telling you what the Heavenly Father gave us. That order. That's what we were supposed to be following from generation to generation. Women were supposed to pass down those customs to the younger women, and the men as well.
Yeah.
I got
so
it.
You can prove that that order came from the heaven, from the Most High down, based on what you read in that same chapter.
Yeah.
Where it basically talks about I don't speak this just from my own advice, but from basically the Lord gave him the authority to give that order to the church.
Yep.
Right.
You know? I think it's in that same
I'm gonna keep reading. I want the brother to hit Genesis 3 real quick, and then we're still on you.
But it shows. I'm gonna say it shows you how out of order our people were back then,
Yep.
and the same thing is mirrored today.
Right, because if you even go back to this account in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, what happened? Eve took it upon herself to make decisions on behalf of Adam. And Adam went off by following what she was given to him, when she was given bad counsel. You know, when she shouldn't have been taken anyway, she was given the counsel by her husband Adam. But the serpent man, he went and gave her some false counsel, and she rolled with it and kept passing it down. Showing you that this is not a new thing in the earth. This is something that's been reoccurring throughout all the earth. And through the scriptures, a lot of the downfall of the great men, women were involved in that and part of taking them down. Directly or indirectly.
This is Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
Talking about all that conception will bring forth children. Okay, how do I say, that process of bringing life back to the earth, of being fruitful and multiplying, this is part of what women have to deal with. And what I've heard, you know, I believe I've heard the apostles say it before, women ain't gonna have birth pains in the kingdom of heaven. They ain't gonna have all that labor pains. It's gonna be, I don't wanna say pleasurable, but it's gonna be like
A bowel movement.
man, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a
A bowel movement.
yeah. But
Like
I
you can see animals. They're not screaming. They just comes out.
right, it's gonna be like a relief.
Right.
So that's how you know that the pain in itself is a part of the curse, because the Lord told us to be fruitful and multiply. Why would the Lord make women be, make us be fruitful and multiply using women? But it's so much pain that comes with it. It's part of the curse.
And showing us that we ain't learned the fullness of the understanding of that process yet. But this is going to bring it to pass. And when we get to the kingdom, we're going to get to see it in full fruition. You got it, brother.
This is continuing. And it reads, and thy desire, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Showing you the order right there. That's, who spoke this? It's the Most High speaking. Okay, way back then. He was giving it directly to the women. All right? Showing you that the words out of, as we're directly giving it to you for the Most High also. Okay, right off the word. Showing you that the order of this is set up for a reason. So, because you went out of your bounds to make a decision, the Most High is putting it back in order, and has that order been followed throughout the earth? No. It's not just some women, it's you weak-minded men also that didn't keep that ordinance. You can finish that up, and then you wanted me to go back. Was it in there?
Yes, it was actually in the 14th chapter.
Yeah.
I said it was in the same chapter. It was actually in 1 Corinthians 14.
Is that when they telling the women not permitted to speak?
Yeah.
I got it for you.
It says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
See? But does that mean it was, yeah, dude, fuck, I told you to do so. It ain't that contentious, angry spirit. I laugh at that every time that song comes up. Now you were saying your mom, that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have second thought. That shit's real, because you gotta choose your man better, and you can't choose it all by yourself. You're supposed to have a father figure in your life to help you make that righteous decision, because it's a life-changing decision that you're making.
in the qualities that you look for in a husband,
Yep.
they're the same qualities that you see in your father.
You should be.
You should be seeing in your father.
Right.
That's why, you know, that's how we were brought up as a nation.
Right.
But you know,
and the diabolical side of it, of what the rulers of this current world or age have done, they kept that corruption in there to keep that away from our people. But every other human being, I'll call it, just for the word, for the understanding of it, every other human being, a race of people, follows the natural order of things, but you, and those that are influenced by you, okay, into doing the wrong thing. But the right way is what nature is just simply saying.
Yeah.
A man is supposed to be the head of the household, the woman takes on the man's name, and she's supposed to follow the guidelines of what the man wants. But it's not what the man wants, because the man's supposed to be following what the spirit of Yahweh Shai is talking about. And we know Yahweh Shai is following the spirit of what the Heavenly Father wants. That keeps the order continuous.
All you gotta do is look at nature, man. You will see the natural order of things, because the animals, they're not influenced by the things that humans are influenced by. They do what they're supposed to do. They're programmed to do what they're supposed to do.
right.
You know, and even nowadays, you know, these other heathen nations that really following our customs.
Yep.
You know, but like for example, these you know, the Ishmaelites and certain Elamites, you know, even certain Hamite countries, they follow certain customs that, you know, that we was given.
Yeah, we established the right way in the earth.
But now
God is in the Heavenly Father.
nowadays it is worse, because you have this certain tool called the internet that was given, which makes things much more worse and destructive for our households.
Yeah.
Women, you know, back then, if they was glorified or if they was, you know, held up to a high pedestal, it was only where they was known, only where they was, you know, where people knew them. But nowadays, you can have an Instagram, and somebody from China or somebody from a whole different part of the world can be glorifying you and giving you all this praise.
And now influenced by the wrong way, because they see, and it's no different than what we're actually talking about. This custom isn't a brand new custom of Mother's Day. This custom was an ancient pagan custom. Thank you, y'all. I'm good. Y'all too. Was an ancient custom that we were what's the word I want? Coaxed. I don't know what's the word I want, but you know what I'm saying, that we were influenced to following after, which was the wrong way. That's all.
Yeah, a woman back in Yahweh Shai's time tried to pull that, worship the mother shit. Luke 11:27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked.
Yeah, she tried to pull that woman worship right there in front of the Messiah himself. But look, he didn't even, this is a lesson on many levels. One of the lessons for us is you don't have to respond to nonsense in a nonsensical way.
Right.
You can respond in an educated way, but it still hits just as hard.
Yeah.
But he said, rather, blessed are they that hear
he didn't say, shut the fuck up, woman. Follow your husband or whatever. He came with, rather, that's a lot, let me cut you off.
rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh and keep it.
That's what you got.
And pretty much echoing what it says in Matthew 12 as well, man. He wasn't in that spirit of, okay, everybody shut up. You know, a woman is talking. You know, like today, you have men they emasculating themselves, man. You know, by pretty much bowing down to me. That's not the spirit that our Lord was in. We supposed to be followers of Him, moving in that same energy.
If a little kid can't, I hate to use this reference, but it's such a fitting reference. If your son or your child, you in there talking to grown-ups, some kid coming there, Daddy, you need to be, Mommy said, or whatever the kid may say, you're not gonna say, oh, okay, stop everybody. Okay, kid, let me go do what you told me to do. Hey, kid, learn your place. But you're not gonna necessarily embarrass that kid, but you may check that kid on the low. You know, low key check that kid. You know, and put that kid back in his place.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Well, it's a similar thing for for women, because a lot of times, I don't want to say converting women, but getting you women that are believers, you women that are believers, to get you on board with this, we ain't gonna just sit there and cuss you out every time. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to show you how your ways have led you to error. Okay, and to show you the right way, and it can be done with subtlety. I don't have to show my bravado against you to prove my masculinity. I just gotta be who I naturally am. But with that comes the understanding of who I'm dealing with, as the scriptures say, the weaker vessel, and treat you as such. Not belittling you, but just showing you, hey, this is how it has to be done. But some of you women are so headstrong that you have to be humble.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah.
Majority, right?
majority of them.
And so that comes, hey, as some kids need their ass, but some women also need to be humble. Right? So that's just part of what has to happen,
Right.
especially in a time of reproof and correction.
Where'd that pride come from?
Yep.
How was that pride allowed to be? I won't say get on you, but how was that pride allowed to grow?
Yep.
Fucking the serpent.
Yep.
The serpent that's allowed that you had that pride.
Right, because right now Esau and Eve, the serpent and the woman, the Eve woman, they're at the peak. This is the peak of their power right now. You know, and slowly but surely, we see that society and especially men are waking up to the fact that, hey, these women ain't shit. Okay? Women are not to be worshipped. Okay? We're slowly but surely through the scriptures, the men of the Lord are bringing down that stronghold. And one of many strongholds that come out of this place, Babylon, okay, that take a hold on our people and separate it from the power.
Right.
You know? Because that's really what it is. It's a stronghold to keep you in bondage. Okay, it destroys the woman as well.
Yeah.
Because they're not in their natural order. You
To add
know?
on to what you're saying, look at where we're at in society. The woman of the year a couple years ago was a trans. I just leave it at that. Right? So how is that gonna benefit you? You helped create the platform for men to want to be praised like women are praised. But that changes the natural use of what you're supposed to be doing into some bullshit, man. And now women are so power drunk that you just want to exercise power. And when you don't, when a man stands up against you, toxic masculinity, let me call the police on you. Let me call another toxic man to cancel out your toxicity or whatever. Well, that's not, the Heavenly Father is about to cancel everybody's authority and only having authority those that are moving in His spirit.
What about the set things right side up? Because right now, shit is just all backwards and upside down. Like, you women, you didn't have an issue with your position until the serpent came and told you that, hey, don't you feel oppressed? He deceived you into thinking that you were oppressed. But before then, you didn't think you was oppressed. But you've been enabled. And it's to your destruction, man. You've been fooled into thinking that it was for your benefit, but it's really not.
It's funny you said that to me.
She bought into that whole color purple concept that the serpent put in her mind.
Women's live and shit.
Women's live and all that, but that whole agenda was to perpetrate the so-called black man and strong fathers as villains. So it made the women look differently at their men. And Esau stepped in and played hero and said, well, we can make it to where you don't have to have him in the household. We got you. We can take care of you and your children.
We're gonna provide for you everything that man was providing.
That a man can provide for you. We'll step in and be the
a shelter, food, but they're not gonna provide that what a man brings, his presence in the household.
Guidance,
right.
All of those things in connection to the Most High. And it's crazy because women's live of the 60s is literally the Adam and Eve serpent story. We played out. And it is just that, played out. The shit don't work. You're missing the fact that you women are living the life of a lie. Something lied to you. You believe it so much, and you want it to be so much that you're willing to self-destroy yourself to have a feeling of that power. Well, what we're coming in, the time we're coming into, is what happens when the society follows after that guideline. This is the end of this science experiment, right?
This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. I'm going to read down in the GNT. And it says, women shall learn in silence and all humility. I do not allow them to teach.
But a school teacher say, and it's funny when this happens, you see these things now. But a school teacher be like, okay, third grader, come up and teach the class. I'm going to go sit in the back and let you run shit. No, you don't know. Teach something you don't know. No. Everybody has to be in their place and respect the roles of each other for the student working to everyone's benefit.
It said, women shall learn in silence and all humility. I do not allow them to teach or to have authority over men. They must keep quiet. For Adam was created first, and then Eve. And it was not Adam who was deceived, it was the woman who was deceived and broke God's law. But a woman will be saved through having children if she perseveres in faith, perseveres in faith and love and holiness with modesty.
Well, that's the precept that brother read about women haven't been imparted that wisdom and understanding from the beginning, man. So this is why they're not supposed to be teaching. And if a woman is to teach, you're supposed to teach younger women the things that you were taught by your husband. In order to be taught, you have to learn to listen and humble down first. You got to learn to be able to receive what's being told to you.
And your husband got to be right.
Good.
Your husband got to be, in the mind of Yahweh Shemel Shai for you women to be saved through childbearing. But you got to be holy. You got to be quiet. You got to follow your husband like the husband follows, Yahweh Shai.
That's why I started with that stuff.
That's the order.
Right, the story of Noah and his 3 sons, right? The women aren't even mentioned.
Right.
Their names aren't recorded, but you would know that their woman, especially Noah's woman, she didn't give him any shit very much, He was doing what he had to do through that, through childbearing, right? The women they were brought into that into the boat, the ark.
And the only reason they had a spot on that boat is because they was willing to humble down and follow their men.
So that's the mindset that, especially the women that say they believe, that's the mindset that they got to be in, because the world is telling the women that are repenting, coming to the truth of Yahweh Shemel Shai, they're in a battle too with the world. The world's telling them that no, come back. You don't need a man. You don't need to be under the arm of the Lord. You don't need to humble yourself. You got everything you need out here.
All this liberty.
Yeah.
And this is the liberty that the serpent gave you. You wouldn't have all this liberty if it wasn't for the serpent. And that's the reason why a lot of our women, they're very loyal to him. He gave them the benefit to be able to maneuver without any type of correction, criticism, guidance, leader. Like, basically, she's just out in the world.
No accountability.
No accountability. She's just out there.
Yeah.
But it's set up like that for a higher purpose. See, the elites knew exactly what they were doing when they started women's liberation. You go back to the root of it. It was the Rockefellers that funded the whole organization. All right, they wanted to figure out a way to get women into the workforce so that they can tax them right with the men.
Right.
And while they get the extra money from seducing these women and giving them the right to be able to go and vote, be able to go and work, that leaves the children wide open.
Yeah.
So now the state can actually guide and raise your children.
And indoctrinate your children.
And indoctrinate them. Your children is away from you for 8 to 10 hours a day.
At least.
You don't know what they're feeding your children.
So your children are with them more than they with you, because you figure you say 8 to 10 hours, and they're going to sleep at least
Say 7, 8 hours.
7, 8 hours. That's more than half the fucking day.
18 hours
Hey,
already.
right.
You know?
And then we know
6
with Jake,
hours.
Jake, not only do they go to they got the classes, so you there from what 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Class get out at 2 something, almost
2,
close to 3 o'clock.
yeah.
But then Jake parents ain't always there to get them right there immediately.
Yeah.
They still probably at work. So they gotta be at after school, shooting hoops,
Or at
playing on
home,
the playground,
watching
or they at
TV.
or they at this after school program.
Tap into that idiot body.
Yeah. Yep. Go home.
They just got time to go up there and get into mischief or whatever the hell is going on. And then when they get home, you tired, so you don't even feel like sitting with them and giving them the little time that y'all missed out for all the day. You burnt out, so you like, hey, do your homework, and then after that you could go and get on the game,
go to bed,
or get on your little tablet or whatever. You know, you ain't even got time for it.
It's fucked up cycle.
This is a fucked up cycle, man. And this system was designed for that purpose.
Yep.
All right, it's all fucked up. This is a wicked ass kingdom, man.
Don't
Yeah.
add one
So
quick thing.
really, that's why the order is really out of order.
Right.
Fathers can't be fathers, and mothers can't be mothers.
Mother's gotta be everything.
Yeah.
And here's the worst part. The mothers believe that they can be everything.
Yeah.
You ask any successful mother that was a single parent, that raised reasonable, God-fearing children, productive members of society, and they're the ones out there crying that they're tired of doing everything. They want someone else, they need some help.
Even though on Father's Day, like you got women that say, "Well, I was your daddy too." And why
That's what Father's Day to me. Yeah.
why on Mother's Day don't you hear any men saying, "I'm your mama too"?
Where the single fathers at, they'll stop there.
Yeah,
I'm getting praise today.
Right, the fact that we even have this conversation,
Right.
single moms, single dads, that just lets you know what kind of place we're living in,
Yep.
what kind of world we're in.
And the corruption of the minds of the people that believe in society ran like this. I want to add one other thing that the brother was talking about. When you're at school all day and both parents have work all day, or whomever, however it goes, they had that time with your kids all day to indoctrinate them with the worst ways of society.
Yep.
What I mean by that, it's a scientific experiment and a true study that they set up schools and prisons the same way.
Oh yeah.
That shit is the same routine.
Because you don't.
Lock schedules.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got lunch at a specific time. You got hall monitors.
Even the way they get the lunch,
Yeah.
they, trays and shit.
Shit,
Go sit at a table.
Cafeteria.
Yep.
Yeah.
School county jail and shit.
School bus, jail bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're identical.
Yeah.
Yard time.
Yard or whatever. Yeah.
They got arts and crafts and shit.
Yep. Library. It's the same shit.
It's fucked up.
And what do they say? The only way that you can get out of jail. How do you get out of jail on good behavior? You gotta go be a student of some sort or a teacher of some sort. That's what's good behavior. When you follow the other model, there's a good and bad model of how to follow this system. What they say, which is out of school. That's why you women, the answer to all your problems is going back to school. That ain't the problem. Obedience unto a man is where you make that correction.
A righteous man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, a righteous man, right? The other side of this, what you was alluding to, is this is set up this way because it was predetermined and set up that this is how they want the image of the beast.
That's what I told you about up there in the arts.
So this is all set up, the new world order, for everything to be out of order.
They knew what they was doing, man. The time of the day that school runs, that's pretty much the time of the day where a child's brain is the most active. You you know, from early mornings to around, you know, afternoon. But not only that, as well as the age that they say your child can't go to school unless he's what, 5 years old. From about 5 to 11, 5 to 12, that is the most, that time period is when a child is the most impressionable.
Yeah.
That's when you can define the type of person that they become, man or woman that they become. Yep.
And like you said, man, they just got your kids there indoctrinating them. You never know what they feeding your child, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So they having their way with your child. They're raising your children.
Yeah.
Right. Well, nowadays we do know what they're feeding them.
Right.
Yeah. It's worse now because before your child never would think about no LGBTQ shit in the school system, where the first time they hear that, it's from them, and the teacher is not going to explain to them what that means, and
They're just gonna tell you that's right.
And it's right, and then that's the first thing you hear. Now you have to hopefully be able to re-educate your child to say, no, this is right. This is, but if you don't know that they're feeding that to your child, that's just in their brain.
Yep.
And
that's in there to grow,
right,
and to build experiences off of that understanding versus the righteous understanding. That's why starting at 5, right? Now they're even was that Head Start? They even got Head Start where kids start down there 3.
They call it pre-K.
Yeah, pre-K, all that.
Yeah.
But they know the most important time to educate a child and set a child's life on a right path is 0 to 5.
And also, that's why they give them all them, between certain ages, they give them all them jabs. Yeah, jabs, because their brains, that during that time, their brains are still developing.
It ultimately goes back to this devil's hatred for us Israelites, man.
Yeah.
But even when they get out of school, like the brother mentioned, sometimes parents don't have time or energy to deal with their kids, so they may watch TV or play games. Then they watch the TV and they being further indoctrinated with that. They get on YouTube or get on the little videos they watch. It's all type of bullshit that they feeding our kids with, man. And it sticks to their subconscious mind.
It's a lot of enchantment. They hide certain agendas in code in these cartoon programs,
right?
Movies and animation.
There's TV stations devoted to enchanting your children.
Yeah.
You thought Disney's safe? It's Mickey Mouse and Pluto and Goofy and shit. No,
It's planting seeds.
Yeah.
planting seeds. Look at all the kids that we watch grow up from the Mickey Mouse Club. What they become. Look at what they're into now. Look at crazy ass Britney Spears and weird ass Justin Timberlake. You can look at all of them and see where they're at.
Hey, in a way, I'm glad that growing up, I didn't have no fucking cable, man. I didn't have access to none of that shit.
Judge Judy and shit.
I didn't have access to none of it, bro. No Cartoon Network, no MTV. That shit was pure poison. I was outside, man. I didn't have no cable. But anyways,
Y'all got it.
I got one too.
Yeah, I got one. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12.
Yep.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead them cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
And right now we see that women are the leaders of the household, but where are they taking their counsel from? That's where the real leadership is coming from the system, which is the serpent that's running the system, that set it up this way. That's why I say the same thing about AI. You can't trust AI. Who programmed AI?
Right.
The serpent. Yeah. So it's never going to be a beneficial thing to humanity when who programmed it don't want it to benefit humanity. Same thing with your children.
And that, by the way, is called matriarchy. Right?
Which is not biblical.
Which is all successful empires were patriarchal. They were not ruled by women. Just to make that clear. Anytime you had matriarchy within a society, it didn't succeed.
They failed. They
would immediately fail.
Yeah.
It's not meant for a woman to lead and make decisions for a nation of people. She's not capable mentally because of her emotional state. All right. She's not logical. All right. I mean, some women can be logical at times.
Yep.
It's rare when it happens, but for the most part, because of their nature, they're very emotional.
That's what I'm saying.
They rule based off of their feelings. All right.
Clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And those women that
Broken clock is right.
Broken.
Yeah.
those women that do, have a little bit of logical understanding, they're able to make sound judgment. Those women have some form of male influence.
Exactly. They've been around.
Right.
Yeah. They had fathers.
It's not hard to trigger a woman into emotion.
That's easy.
And for you men that do that shit on purpose, man, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. I know some of them is part of the humbling that has to happen, but if you just want to trigger women, come on, bro, like, you got bigger shit going on in the earth that you need to be concerned with. Like prophecy. I'm not talking about anybody particular. I'm talking about the natural man that does that type of shit. He likes to fuck around with women and see. It's not hard to trigger a woman and to get her to manipulate a woman. It's not tough, bro. It's really not. But it is tough to rule your mind and to instruct them in the righteous things. That's where the magic is at. That's where the power is really at. And the power for the woman is for you to still be obedient at things, okay, unto your head, or to be humble and to humbly question how this is supposed to go down. That's a way to do it. Okay, that's where the power is at, while still remaining in your position without usurping authority over the men.
Right now, there's, like we always mention it, there's still, they still have their comforts. So as long as they have their comforts here, they're gonna feel like they don't need a man. They're not gonna want to come up under a order where they know their role. It's gonna take trouble. It's gonna take a lot of chaos and Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
It's gonna take Jacob's trouble for women to finally be humble, man. Okay? For their this whole fucking setup finally to just crumble, man.
God.
Because as of right now, a woman can fucking get a nice little job and she's good. She could get on OnlyFans.
Nobody's thinking about stopping at the gas station with a full tank of gas. And when that gas tank is empty, which we're coming into the analogy of it is coming into a time where you're gonna have to make a stop and have to really get resourceful and have to stand on everything that you thought. Now you're vulnerable in Jacob's trouble.
Which in wartime, women are the most vulnerable. Women and children. In the time of like
elderly
war, a woman are booty.
Yeah, spoiled.
Spoiled.
That shit is happening now
Yeah.
in the country.
You see
You
that?
know, you got women walking around by themselves at night in the neighborhoods
Snatched up.
and getting snatched by the neck and placed between two cars and getting violated, man.
Yeah, women getting raped in broad daylight.
Yeah, out in the open.
Out in the open. Women getting raped on raped on the subway. And no one assisted her or tried to help her.
Let's just try to use that word seized. Let's try to use that word.
Yeah, that's
They sound a lot. Even the rape. That's still, let's try to use that word.
Sieged.
Siege, yeah. Scriptures use ravish, but you can say siege. That's more.
Use one of those. Let's not use the grape or that other, or the actual word. Let's try to use at least a little something like that.
But see, but those examples are necessary so that you women can open your eyes and see that this world that you're used to is not what it cracked up to be. Now you start to see that this is the real reality of things. Shit is getting ready to spiral downward. It's actually happening full force, and the more that happens, the more that all hell's gonna break loose. You women are not gonna have the same protection and comfort zone that you're used to. Because we're coming into that time of tribulation. You're gonna have to finally understand that having a husband is the most valuable thing you can have as a woman. You let the serpent get in your ear and mess your head up, and now look at the results. That woman that happened to in the BX, hey, she's a victim of women's liberation, feminism. The fact that she thought she can comfortably and freely just walk the block in the freaking hood by herself. You an older woman, nobody around. Why weren't you at home? Why wasn't you with your children?
Yeah.
Unless your children are grown already.
Why didn't you?
Why are you out there by yourself?
Why didn't you have a male accompanying you?
Yeah.
To because that was our
should have
tradition.
had one of your grown sons with you, or your husband.
Right.
I guarantee you that wouldn't have happened, man. He wouldn't have rode up on that lady like that.
Y'all seen them videos where they'll show, I love these shits too, because it's the reality of it. Because it has to, at some point, put you into a perspective of the benefits of having a man. The video is like this: the woman walking around, da 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 da, holding hands with her man, da da da. Oh, look at those shit, look nice. I like this and that. Women just in la la land. But then the husband's like, okay, man walking up from the right, he's doing close, back up. Okay, what's this man doing? He's analyzing every situation that could be a possible danger. He's already foreseeing the perspective. We hear. Anyway, seeing the possible situations that he may have to handle. Okay, so that's the difference of a man. Women don't even realize the dangers. Like that woman from the BX, she how's this man a half a step behind you, getting his lasso ready, and you not know?
That's exactly why it says, woe unto you women that are at ease, man. Yep. She never expected that. She didn't think nothing like that can ever happen to her. It's like a lot of you women, man. This is happening while, like brothers always say, that it's still running water, it's still food, it's still comfort out here, man. It's just imagine when shit hit the fan, when the government locked down, when those troops are activated, all these different things that's coming. Imagine when that's in full effect, how dangerous it's really gonna get. There's women being attacked with their men. It was a woman that was seized, and the dude had a gun to her man and made him watch it.
I was trying to remember where that was.
Yeah.
But there was another one where they went off to another country too. It happened.
Oh yeah.
It happened to her twice.
India.
It was in India.
Yeah.
It happened like twice. Yeah. It's the same woman.
But they thinking they good because they traveling in another country and.
Hey, wasn't there a Jake woman that went over to Dubai and they didn't let her go?
Or the nigga woman out there talking crazy, getting loud.
They're being the American Indo, boisterous, good word, right? And they wasn't with that shit. Like, man, we gonna lock your ass up to humble.
This is Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man.
Oh,
saying,
I was like, why is he doing it? But it's a good point. You speak on that.
Saying, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Now we know that, I just want to add this real quick, we know that ain't already happening. Yeah, women are making their own bread and buying their own clothes, but they're not trying to be a joint unto men. They're talking about they got them things out of what I need you. But the day's gonna come, that's what I'm figuring for you. The days are gonna come when that ain't enough. And you can go ahead and say more about it.
It's basically obvious what it says. I mean, the day is going to come where these women can't protect themselves and everything. They're going to flee to a righteous man that can take care of them.
Right. And what's going to make that happen? There's going to be a dire situation that they're going to be in that make them want to do it. They don't have that desire right now. That Genesis 3, like your brother read, that desire unto your husband, they don't have that right now. Their desire is to themselves. They caught up in themselves, man. But it's gonna take some bloodshed, really, for shit gonna get real, man. For these women to get in that mindset, like, okay, let me get to a man.
Right? They always look for a man that has something to give them.
Yeah.
What do you bring to the table? Basically, they're asking. What do I gain from you? These women are like opportunists.
Think about what they say. They say, I don't want to cut you off when you thought off, but they say, women, what do you bring to the table? I am the table, meaning what you bring it to me, which is what you're saying.
Right. Because really, the men are the ones that should be picking a woman, but the roles are reversed. Now the women pick who they want, and we understand the women they're not given that understanding, the wisdom to know who to pick.
Yep.
You know, so they always picking the wrong dudes.
The same influence
You
of
know?
emotion and feeling is what they go by.
They're attracted to the wrong dudes, and that's a cycle, man, that they can't break. You know,
Curse.
The mother passes it on to the daughters, and so on and so on. They keep picking the wrong dudes. But now, in these last days, okay, we're gonna come into a time where women are gonna be seeking not only a man who has something to give them, food and shelter. No, they're gonna be seeking a man of understanding, a man that has a connection with the higher power, the how about Shinao Shai, because what's coming to the earth is going to be more than just lack of breath, man. Bread. It's going to be life and death.
Constant peril, constant danger.
Life and death.
Let me read this commentary real quick from Matthew Henry on Isaiah 4. It says that by reason of the scarcity of men, though marriage should be kept up for the raising of recruits and preserving of the race of mankind upon the earth, yet the unusual method of it should be quite altered, that whereas men ordinarily make their court to the women should now take hold of the men, foolishly fearing, as Lot's daughters did when they saw the ruin of Sodom and perhaps thought it reached further than it did, that in a little time there will be none left. That whereas women naturally hate to come in sharers with others, seven should now by consent become the wives of one man. And that whereas by the law the husband was obliged to provide food and raiment for his wife, Exodus 21:10, which with many would be the most powerful argument against multiplying wives, these women will be bound to support themselves. They will eat bread of their own earning and wear apparel of their own working, and the man they court shall be at no expense upon them. Only they desire to be called his wives, to take away the reproach of a single life. They are willing to be wives upon any terms, though ever so unreasonable, and perhaps the rather because in these troublesome times it would be a kindness to them to have a husband for their protector.
God. Yeah, man.
Everything's coming back full circle. Yeah. You're gonna have to prove to a man that you're an asset in his life. It's not gonna be like the brother was saying, oh, what you bring to the table. It's gonna be, this is what I bring to the table. Can you please accept what I can offer you?
Hence, you women got so fucking fired up at this.
Yeah.
Y'all chicks was a dumbass.
Oh yeah.
She had a movement going on called Soft Girl Era, where she was basically fueling all these women to come on TikTok and all these platforms to come out with all these lists of criteria of the man that they want from a man, just to even give a man attention. You meet all these criteria, I'll give you my attention.
Can't eat at a 3-star restaurant. You gotta be 5 and up. First date.
Right.
No cheesecake.
So you know what the men did? They did a counter movement to that called the soft guy era, which I don't like that term, but I understand. It's basically they flipping it and now they saying, all right, well we finna make some videos and we gonna sound just as ridiculous as you women sound. Yep. So matter of fact, if you want my time and attention, you want me to hit it real good and give you some ride and give you what you want.
5-star dinners and
you gonna have to you gonna have to pay both of our way when we go eat. Yep. This is where I like to eat. Yep. You gotta make sure that you drop me off at my other chick crib whenever I'm, you gonna have to like
on your money,
on your dime. And these women, they just you can see their reaction to it. These chicks are super
easy to trigger
triggered, bro.
Thinking like the animal kingdom. The lion is a part of lions. Yeah. You got the male lion. He has multiple women.
Yep.
You know, multiple female lions that go out and do all the hunting, bring back the food for the man.
Yeah.
The man,
He's first.
the man's only job is to protect
Exactly.
the
Right.
women
And,
and the children.
Yeah.
You know?
any cubs around, they gotta be his cubs.
Yeah. He'll kill him.
Yeah.
Another lion's cub.
Not only lions do that, but other animals they do that shit. They'll kill.
And wasn't that on the list? Or maybe not on the list, but there was when we talk. Oh, it's probably the same guy with the. You let him hear his rhyme. Anyway, he said, well, I know that my baby daddy's not appreciating me, but the next man he'll want to take care of my kids and he'll want to do this. Like, nobody want to do that. So there's not a man on the planet in his right mind that wants to raise another man's kids. The best thing you women can do if you have another man's kids is give him his kids. But you want the benefits of Esau with the free room and board, the food, and
Taxes.
all of that to come around.
They love claiming their kids paying taxes.
Right? But you really need and desire in your spirit is a man. You can't validate none of the shit that you got. Ask these women that's in their 40s and I hate to call them overhealed, but got these six-figure incomes, but no man at home, coming home to an empty, cold-ass house. Miserable, bro.
Man.
The best thing they do is they'll go have a kid with somebody they don't want to be with, and the shit gets hard, the money declines, the economy collapses, and what the fuck you gonna do now? Now you're still coming home to an empty ass house. You got nothing.
These are the same women that, they are working in Fortune 500 or corporate America, taking trips, to all these lands by themselves, and then coming back and realizing that, hey, it's no legacy being left because there's no man, to provide that seed for them, and to help them on with life, man. They looking at their friends who've been married, they looking at their sisters who got kids, and they jealous and it hurt, man. Hey, but it's due to the work of your own doings, man. Because you've had you've been on the market since 12, 13 years old,
And you played that market too.
Yeah. Hey, you've had the so-called nice guy who's willing to, provide for you, man. You've had these opportunities, but you always want to deal with niggas, man. So why would we then be sorry, for you once you hit 35 up and you have nothing established, man? You have no true value to your life. Because when you look at the scriptures, women who couldn't have children, they felt as if their purpose was gone, man. And that's why it was Abraham, Sarah, so that her womb be not barren. Because she felt like she was incomplete, man.
She
gave him another woman so she could have no child.
Exactly.
They would fall into depression if they couldn't have any seed.
Hannah. Yeah, Hannah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say Susanna, but yeah, Susanna. Yep.
Because back in the ancient world, women, that was their purpose, to bring forth seed. And then kind of nurture them.
Yep.
But a lot of these women these days, when they get to that point where they want to have kids, you too old. It ain't nobody gonna deal with. Ain't nobody. An old nigga don't want to deal with you. And enough.
That nigga get you,
But he ain't gonna. Nah. Hell no. Yeah.
He got some.
Nah. So
Where you bringing another man's kids into a relationship now. It's just everything's just fucking out of order here, man.
Going back to the 50s and 60s, which is more recent, women they took pride in having children. Man. Now it's fucking. You want to go to the club, you want to travel, you want to go to Dubai and all this bullshit, but you don't have anything that's solidifying you as a woman, man.
And let's bring up the woman that
I was thinking about that. I was thinking that she might have did that
with a man.
Still no, she might have left them kids with the schizo baby daddy to try to get rid of him. Knowing she knew that nigga was crazy. Looks like you.
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring up the one that went on the trip in Miami.
Oh yeah.
And left her kids, and the neighbors recognized something was wrong. They started looking around like, hey, there ain't nobody coming in. I'm hearing stuff in here. Sound like a bunch of kids playing all day. I ain't seen no grown up coming in and out. There's a bad smell coming out the house.
It was two incidents, one in Miami and the one in Houston.
Yep. All because she wanted to do what she wanted. That's why I said the best situation for a woman, get a man his kids. If you don't want to be with him, or he don't want to be with you, whatever the scenario is, give him his kids.
Yeah.
Or fight through it.
This is Isaiah 49 and 15. It says, I'll start at 14. It says, but Zion said, the Lord have forsaken me, and my Lord have forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. That's, talking about how negligent these women can be. You know, especially amongst our women. It's like that maternal instinct that they normally would have, and a nurturing characteristic that they have. That shit has been removed.
Like Esau tried to remove the spirit gene from with the.
Yeah.
I think Esau removed that whole motherly gene.
I've never seen such a generation of women be that like heartless towards their own flesh and blood, man. All these women leaving their children at home, children coming across a weapon that maybe one of her boyfriends left in the closet somewhere, and the little kid gets hold of that weapon, and the weapon fucking discharges on the child, end up killing itself.
You got children getting into different drugs like meth and all that shit,
and they leaving it around.
Pills and shit.
Or they'll leave their children at home, and the children playing in the kitchen, playing with the stove,
gas is on,
house burned down with the kids in it.
Remember the nigga woman?
Because you left them unattended.
The nigga woman that put her baby in the oven.
In the oven.
Oh.
I just watched a Jay Cutler at the laundromat doing their laundry. Ladies throwing clothes in there, didn't realize the kid got out the stroller and crawled into the washing machine. The stroller's next to the washing machine. Now it's in the front, right? Crawled in there, put it in there, hit go. They never double check nothing. The baby's in there taking a spin. They probably have to unplug it and all this other shit.
I thought you said you was there when it happened. I was like, oh shit.
I seen it happen.
Job 39 and 16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers.
Yep.
Her labor,
right what you said at 49.
her labor is in vain without fear, because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
That was what I was alluding to at the beginning about you weren't created to be I won't say the thinker, but the guide of the house.
Right.
It was for you to help guide the house, but out of the blueprints or the game plan of the man.
She has to be trained.
You gotta be trained.
She has to be trained, man. You can't just allow a child to just grow up without actually giving them some form of training and instruction, and expect them to actually do what's in accordance with that particular position of being a mother. You know, she hasn't been trained up under those abilities and qualities. She's not going to be a mother. She ain't going to know what the hell she's doing. You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of them grow up without that direction and without them instructions, and they just winging it. They just, doing whatever they think they're supposed to be doing.
I was going to say, because a good mother, this is a good mother, will clothe and feed and work and do all these things for a child every day, but not ever having an overall purpose or game plan of the bigger picture where their family should be going. That's what the man is there for. He has to see, a righteous man is supposed to see the big picture and find the niche for his family to operate in. Okay, and then begin training his family and guiding his family down the avenues. This is what the white man does. That's why he keeps his money. That's why they end up owning banks and real estate and all these other things, because they can foresee the need in the earth and the service that their family can provide, because I'm gonna go find that and then I'm gonna go put us in there, so we'll always be in power, we'll always be
How to leave their
in a good way.
to their babes.
But we're gonna accumulate
They know how to leave their inheritance.
Right.
And you know how these women are. How good are these modern women with money?
Right.
and
Man.
substance.
I have to have that bag.
Man,
They won't have.
I
They
mean,
won't leave. They won't be able to leave shit because they so busy consuming.
lights be off, rent past due,
We've done, nails done.
all that shit,
They
man.
gonna blow that shit.
I doubt a brother here knows a woman that is good with money. I ain't never met a woman that's good with able to manage money. That ain't got some type of large amount of debt.
I was like,
Huh?
I was like, well, then you said debt up. There you go.
That's because these cities, they're built for these women, for their pleasures.
Not just the city,
You know,
everything,
the
bro.
cities, the America, the
Yeah.
world, basically. But you know, everything. Look, bombshell, Brazilian lamb, this
You
and
told me
that.
that script they set up to appease the women and the colors. We know the colors, but even the way it's written appeases women.
Everything is here for them. Like there's everything they want for their comfort. It's at an arm's reach here in America.
Yeah.
You know, it's that movie They Live. They got those. They don't have the glasses on, man. So that everything's just consume this. You know, obey.
Yeah.
You know, so, the flesh. Please your flesh here in America. And how much more a woman
These women live for that.
that's easily deceived. You know.
To land back as well, and even if they do have a man with some type of sense or spiritual understanding, hey, we understand there's still the weaker vessel. Look at Lot's wife now. You know, Lot was a righteous man, hey, but look at what happened to his wife.
Right.
You know,
Right. Because even if you're a man, you got a woman here, and you're not fucking giving her everything, you're all and spending money on her, you're looked at as you're not a good husband. You know, you're not good enough. You know, for her friends.
And then she gets bored with that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
She
yeah.
can use it like a ATM.
Yep.
She like, okay, you could give me that, but okay, I'm getting bored now.
Yeah.
What else? What else? I'm not happy. You can have all the money in the world. Still not gonna make her happy.
It's never enough.
What Chris Rock saying is, I forgot which comedy but he's like, what the fuck do women want? Does anybody know what the fuck do women want? Everything. Right? Then he went on the example. I got a quick testimony just yesterday. My mother, she said, you know what? He said my husband is talking about my stepdad. He's backtracking on such and such and such. You know, he should understand. If I ain't gonna be happy, he ain't gonna be happy. I was like, damn. He said, Mom, that ain't right. But no, but he need to help make me happy.
But that's like, bro, that's the spirit of Esau. Where Esau is so covetous, they want everything. They got everything, but they still want more.
Yeah.
Like you get your wife, your woman, a house. Get this. Y'all got good furniture. She want to throw away that shit and get new furniture. She want to new this. You know, so it's like can never be pleased. Like Esau has that spirit that he can never be. You know, insatiable. He always has to have more. Like let's go to space and see what we get. Let's go to the moon.
Most of the time, they don't even know what they want. They
Right.
know that they want more.
And when you real quick, so and what you said about the internet and the TV and all of that witchcraft and that shit gives them other options of more shit to want. And to not be satisfied.
They're always comparing their relationship to other relationships they see on the internet.
They ain't got nothing to do with your shit.
Right. I hate that shit.
It's Proverbs 30 and 15. It says the horse leech had 2 daughters, crying, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, yea, 4 things say
Let's
not.
break down what a horse leech is, because we don't want to breeze by that. A horse leech is a leech that sucks from horses. The leeches may be as big as your thumb. I don't know exactly, but say as big as your thumb. It's a horse. It's got more than enough blood. If you just shut the fuck up and sit quietly, you can eat off that for your whole life. Right? Multiple ones can. But they cry is not enough. That's why this is such a cold analogy. There's more than enough blood for it to leach off this horse.
It says the horse leech had 2 daughters crying, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, yea, 4 things say not, it is enough. The grave and the barren womb the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that saith it is not enough.
And it's amazing because the outside gonna fix all those things. Right? He's gonna fix all those things to where there won't be any more insatiable appetites anymore. Everybody's gonna be filled. Even the heathen are gonna be satisfied once righteous order is established on the planet. But to go back to what we're saying, it's a childish mind state. And it's not an accident that the horse leech has 2 daughters, which they're horse leeches also, but he gave them the feminine gender.
Those are all examples of consumers.
Yep.
Right.
Women are known as consumers of society.
Yeah, and these women, they don't even realize it, that all these different privileges that you have, they have a saying, privilege is invisible to those that have it.
Yep.
It don't even cross their mind what men in society have to go through to even make all this shit that's freely given to them accessible. The labor, the brain power, the decision making, the stress, the blood, sweat, and tears. You know, all these different systems and all these different things that are constructed and ran through our society, men have to keep this shit going, and the women are just completely invisible to that. And then when you finally, you know, they got access to everything, oh, this ain't nothing, this, you gotta give me more than that. That shit right there, that's the reason why men are right now, they're saying, fuck this. I'm not marrying nothing here. Why do that? We keeping society running, and you have it this fucking easy on life on easy mode because of what we're doing, what we're contributing to the world, and you saying that that's not enough. It's just invisible to you. You won't even look at the average man, the 9-to-5 dude. He busting his ass, and he's actually contributing to society. He's being productive. You saying that he's nothing. He's nobody. He don't even exist in your world.
Oh, dang.
You know?
That wasn't even disrespectful. That was marking his territory.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, not in a disrespectful way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, examples of that. Watch Fresh and Fit. You got these modern day women going on that platform. They make fucking fools out of themselves
all the time.
You know, I don't want this type of man. I want this type of man. And this type of man you trying to find is less than 1%, and you ain't gonna find it, man.
And you don't want to share.
Yeah.
You want this kind of man and not share.
Right.
Right, and the kind of man that does have that money, that status that they want, he connected to the Lord. You know? So regardless, you get a man like that as a woman, you're not winning yet.
Yeah.
You know?
But even the man that you want to get, he not about what they consider a high value man. He not about to settle down with you. He got options. He got multiple women.
You don't know these men.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lose-lose for these women. They hate to admit it.
Yeah.
You know? They hate to admit it that they're wrong. You know?
Going back to nature itself, man.
Yeah.
There's more women on earth than there is men, so it's impossible. Okay, let's say every man had one woman. There would be so many women left without a man. So women are meant to share.
Like 7-1 ratio.
Right, and even right now, we see on the internet of these women are complaining, crying, because slowly but surely they're not able to afford that lifestyle that they once had here in America. You know, now they can't pay their bills. You know, now they're feeling they're feeling the effects of inflation, okay, of scarcity of things. You know, they're feeling the effects of it. So now they're going on the internet, crying and complaining. Okay,
Miserable,
for sure.
Yeah, This feminism at first, in hindsight, is sweet as hell. It's very tasty. It tastes good. It's sweet. But the after effect of it, the end result of it is super bitter.
Jacob's trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you really
Say we the beginning of sorrows. That's why it's now starting to become bitter for you. It's finna, that bitterness is finna increase. But before all this, when you was still in your comfort zone, it was real sweet for you.
I don't know.
I can have all these dinner dates. You utilize, waste all these men's time and get money and free dinners and meals out of them for free.
Yeah.
Waste their time.
And laugh about it,
Use
joke
their
about it.
resources, joke about it. Have men on a rotation. You can hop on the carousel. You have a due for each day of the week. You're getting your bills paid by the Thursday due. You getting your rent paid by the Friday due. You know what I'm saying?
Pipe down on Friday.
Get pipe down.
By the dude,
Yeah.
don't give you nothing.
Yeah, the thug nigga that ain't giving you a damn thing, he just coming to drop some rod off and then bounce. You had it like that for a while, but now, look what's happening now. No man in that house, no protection, miserable. You got depression. You're on antidepressants. You got a result of sex toys, right? You got a lot of baggage. You in debt. No man wants to marry you or take you serious. You got children and the father is not present. All these different things now. Now you got to be left with the tab and you can't even afford that. So now you understanding why you should have never listened to that damn serpent. Because it was, hey, going back to the garden, right? Up front, it was pleasant. It was pleasing to her eyes. You know, what did it say? It was like food to the.
Make one wise.
Yeah.
You better with the platform.
Genesis 3.
It says, I'll start the top or just to the certain point.
Jump down to like maybe 5, 4,
Yeah,
or
so
5.
I started, yeah, 4 and 5. So, that's not verse 3 though, because it kind of leads into Genesis chapter 3, verse 3. But the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, the Elohim, or God, I just said verbatim, God hath said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For the Most High, or for God, be verbatim, doeth know that in the days ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. That was verse 6, what you want, right? And when the woman saw,
That's what the serpent told her.
she took bad counsel right there.
Yeah. But he was able to use his charm, if you will, to feed her that information. And it was receptive. She actually took it in. Instead of being loyal to her head and being obedient, she opened herself up to this man's whole agenda. He's telling you, if you basically integrate over here and get involved with what we know and what we do, you're gonna be like a goddess. You know? This will actually liberate you from the God that you serve.
You're on his level.
And you'll be on his level. You'll actually know both sides. Right?
So KJV it says, verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food for thought, right?
Yep.
And it was pleasant to the eyes.
It was pleasant to the eyes.
And
It was very. It seemed appealing and attractive to her. To get in to these left-hand practices.
Man, this is heavy.
She was very curious, so she wanted to get all into it. It made her very curious. It looked very attractive and appealing in her eyes, man. That she wanted to get all into it.
Right, to be worshipped. You know, woman worship is high, it's super high here. You know, it's a power trip that they get. You know, and they once they got a taste of that, now they don't want to let go of that. Man. Okay, they don't want to let go of that power they received to be put. What's that script? A woman shall compass a man. You know, the woman can pass the man into society now. You know, so being put in that position, it feels good to them. It felt good.
Yeah, especially Eve. She prides herself on having that position where she feel like she's respected, because they'll read the statistics of the amount of women that are college attendees, that are enrolled in the college system. There's more women, according to the ratio, there's more black women that are enrolled in college than the black men. But a lot of them will try to twist that and say, oh, women are the most educated out of their nation. That doesn't mean that they're the most educated. It just means that you're the most able to be indoctrinated. All right, you're more vulnerable. You're more prone to be guided by the higher powers.
I gotta say this too. Let me add back real quick. It also shows that it's a choice. It's a choice. That it's a choice for you to be obedient. You're choosing not to be obedient to your man, but you're choosing to be obedient to your boss, to your to society, to everything else. Besides your man.
Pastor.
Yep. So you're choosing who and who not to be obedient to.
And we were speaking about the blue collar jobs earlier. When men get out of high school, they might go get a certification in a certain type of field, plumber or a carpenter or something like that. They probably ain't not even counting that in the college, college enrollees, So men, they usually, work with their hands once they get out of high school, in the blue collar field. And that's what keeps this whole infrastructure going.
Hey, if you took away all the blue collar out of this world, the world wouldn't survive. The dirty jobs, man, that nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
That car you running, there's men that go out in the ocean, raging against the ocean without a boat, and be out there with them in a line of tools, and they gotta build shit starting underwater, build the shit up a fucking structure out of that to get oil out of the ground to fuel your car that you just put up to the gas station, pay a little bit, and drive off. From the oil refiners,
from the ocean floor.
you know what I'm saying?
Men,
You have to first design the tools to extract the oil out the ocean.
well, first you had to send the man. You had to send a man down there to test it out to see if this equipment will work. See if this, is it worth going down there? There's a lot of shit that men do that goes unseen.
Women know everything.
But men calculate where the oil at. Because you can think of oil in a certain spot. But who created the tools to figure out where the oil is?
And all that.
I seen them jobs where they got men go weld underwater.
Yeah, that's how I remember that. Yeah.
Man,
Who the fuck came with an underwater welding? I mean, not to make it about men versus women, but the lack of appreciation and the privilege, I guess you could say, is out of control. The privilege that you have without giving reverence to who gave you that privilege. Okay? And who did that? The serpent did that to you. The Most High put you in your order and set all this up, but you still don't appreciate. You better go get him some.
yeah,
The serpent put you off of that.
he put that motherfucker. He on her ass
About
too.
to grab her up and put her on his lap on that.
Hell yeah, he tried to get him. Nasty old motherfucker, man.
verse 6 it says,
Clean them feet up. You might be all right.
it says, and when the woman saw,
He a natural perv, man.
Look at him. He on her. He on her.
He has no shame.
No shit.
No shame.
is just pissed.
You a filthy dude to want to like even touch that.
He just pissed in her pants. Anyway, so that when the woman saw that the tree was good for
And
food,
backing up.
and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Right? Read that, brother.
There's a demonic day today.
Yeah.
Stay in the spirit.
This is Genesis 3 and 6. And this is in the NASB 20. It says, when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was desirable.
So the missiles can't come through.
Yeah.
That shit,
Oh, yeah.
this place need a deep, thorough cleansing, man.
Fire sale.
Yeah.
Everything must go.
Yeah.
Man. That's it.
It says, and that the tree was desirable to make one wise.
Wait. That's what the serpent initiated the idea with Eve.
Oh, yeah.
That what we
You
just
mean
saw.
I'm gonna be on an intellectual level right alongside with my head? Meaning, really, yeah, really, like, you mean to tell me I can have a chance to be even over this guy? No wonder why our women, they love those niggas that say the black woman is God.
Yeah.
Them niggas make a lot of money off of black women hearing that shit.
I'm writing a new book, baby. You got all you need. Yeah, I'll sign up and invest.
Yeah. She thought you could think when she was the whole time she was listening to the serpent break it down to her. You better believe when she was internalizing all that, she did it with a selfish ambition.
She didn't see the big picture.
She didn't see the bigger picture
saw
at all.
herself.
She just saw herself in it.
She wasn't thinking about the family, none of that shit.
She didn't think about the legacy. She didn't think about the sons of God.
Yep.
That shit led to Pandora's box.
Yep.
We have to die because of that decision.
That's why you got Transformers coming up here talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
She wasn't even supposed to be out there gadding. It really was a form of gadding because she's supposed to be up under her husband or back at home.
The mission was go do what you're supposed to do and get the fuck back here. Don't talk to nobody. You motherfucker went and talked there and listened to any Tom, Dick, and Circle that showed up with something interesting. It sounded like you had to talk to her. Anybody that gave her attention. Man, when you start playing this scenario out, the scenario ain't ever changed. It's still that same primitive story from Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Still being played, and that's for you unruly women. Okay? Which you let women are struggling to fight against it, and hey, that's power to you. Real shit. It's appreciated. It's not going unnoticed. But for the rest of y'all that's hell bent on living a lifestyle that the serpent, I don't want to say promised, but he showed to you, that he unveiled to you. You're gonna have to make a decision in the near future. Was it worth it?
Right.
Well, look at the condition of the earth, and look what's coming to the earth according to prophecy. And it should be plain that shit wasn't worth it. That was the thing that triggered off everything.
Because of what she did, we lost our immortality.
Yep. We lost our status in the
We
earth.
fell away from our higher power's image
Yep.
when she did that.
Yep.
You know? Like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, he created us to be in the image of his Let's go to the Wisdom of Solomon 2. It's like around the last verse. But we're supposed to be in the image of his immortality, eternity. Eternity.
Yeah.
You got it.
Quick,
It's Wisdom of Solomon 2. I'll start at 22. It says, as for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For the Most High created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world.
That's literally talking about Genesis 3rd chapter. Literally. The fruit of what happened to civilization on earth after Genesis 3rd chapter, because of Genesis 3rd chapter.
And they that do hold up his side do find it.
And what are we trying to do? We're trying to go back to the order that he established long before that.
Yeah, life.
Yeah.
Which is life, man. He gave you a death style that you think is life.
Imagine if somebody gave you a Lamborghini, didn't tell you how to drive it, but you got a Lambo. I can figure this shit out. You figured it out, but at the end of owning this shit, not only do you wreck the car, you die. Would you want, if you knew that was it, would you had it for a season, would you still want to drive that car? Well, the woman said yes. Hell yeah, I want that car. I'm gonna stunt for this long and that long.
That YOLO spirit.
Yeah. Now, what she didn't realize was, in the midst of owning that car, she had a family, your kids, and everybody in the car with you that goes down and burn because of you. You know, that's the earth in itself under what happened, under what the decision that you made. Your bright idea to listen to the serpent man.
Trusting in the pressure.
Yeah.
Like the brother was saying, man, we in the process of the sweet becoming bitter, man. These women are starting to taste the change, or starting to sense the taste, the change in taste. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's not sweet anymore. You know,
but it ain't
all those bodies that you done ran up on your body count is leading to more and more depression, bugging the hell out. All that DNA from all those men messing your brain up.
All them options that kept you from making a sound decision on one man, that kept your options open. Now you done sampled all them options, and now you got no options.
Yep.
Took away all your options by sampling all the options.
Yep. And your oppressor that you rely on, he's gonna leave you dry.
Yep.
High and dry, man. He's finna show you that you was never supposed to trust your enemy. You have this bitch Megan Thee Stallion. She got rewarded at Planned Parenthood. She literally got a reward at fucking Planned Parenthood. We know what Planned Parenthood is. It was set up by the enemy, created by a racist eugenicist, Margaret Sanger.
I didn't even know they could give out reward, or that they did that. But that tells you
They'll
that
make it up just to, make a point.
What are they rewarding Eve for? An organization a demonic organization like that giving a so-called black woman a reward. You doing a good fucking, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work and helping to destroy your people. Continue to promote whoredom so that the women can have all these children and abort them because they're not responsible.
I got a couple quotes from Margaret Sanger. It said, Margaret Sanger said this, right? Said, we don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
It's right out of her mouth.
And that's a letter to Dr. Clarence Gamble, December 10th, 1939. Ku Klux Klan. It said,
isn't that the great grandmother or the grandmother of
George Bush or one of them?
Yeah.
Right?
They connected somehow.
Connected to them, yeah.
It said the most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. Yeah. Let's bring up the law on abortion, right? It said Exodus 1, right?
That's why they allowed you. Part of that feminism was to create that whore culture, so that you women can, and that spirit even goes back to idolatry, the worship of the Queen of Heaven, goddess of fertility, the worship of what was her name? Was it It was, and Foxy Brown did an album named after this guy, Il Nana. All that goes back to those deities. So that horror culture is wrapped around paganism, witchcraft, child sacrifice, whoredom. It's all interconnected. It's all part of the same vibration.
That's the
And a lot of these female rappers today, that's the exact vibration that they're putting or pushing on the younger females that are being trained up. That's why they're allowing Sexy Red to come to your schools and train them. They'll allow her to throw a little event, and girls of all ages can come, knowing what her content is all about and what image she portrays. That's Eve collabing with the serpent, man.
Right. Yep.
That's a modern day example of such.
And I want to.
And it's for them, the northern tribes, y'all got y'all's too. You got the Ice Spice, you got Cardi B. You know, they represent for the northern tribes. So, but it's all the same agenda to attack the people on this side and the tribes. And it's part of that conspiracy in Psalms, the 83rd chapter.
Yep. And with the My Body, My Choice.
Yeah.
Why did he give the one that wasn't imparted with wisdom and understanding the liberty or empower them with My Body, My Choice? Because they weren't going to make a good, wise decision. They didn't have the discernment to see the big picture.
They forgot that they were in possession.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's 1 Corinthians 7, verse 4, it says, the wife, this is in ASB 20, the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. And likewise, the husband also does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does.
Yep.
And does that mean it's 50-50 equal? No, it's that they both have physical needs from each other, and they can't withhold from each other.
Yeah. Everyone plays their part.
Yeah.
You know, the Most High is all about balance.
You don't get a wife with the intent of never bearing children with her.
Right.
We want to fulfill to punish her. That ain't what you do. That ain't what you do that for. You do it with the intent of this is how I'm about to grow my family or grow my business.
Right.
When anybody hires somebody that's just on payroll and don't bring nothing and don't have no benefit in the business, no. It's the same thing here. So both of them have need for each other, and they're supposed to meet those needs. The need isn't your feelings. The need isn't to make sure that you're happy. That isn't the need. That's a want. Okay, the need is the big picture of our family business is running smoothly, and everybody is well taken care of and well nurtured, well guided, well instructed.
And that's only going to come in the kingdom.
Right.
Unfortunately, right now, we're in captivity, man. Us, as much as the woman, we're both catching hell. The woman seems to be catching it less than the men because of the society we live in and the deal she made with the serpent.
Yeah.
You know? But the perfect family and the perfect home, we're not gonna get that here. All right? So we're just telling you, we're telling our woman, we're telling our people that the reason why we're so destroyed right now is because of that choice that was made with us in the garden. That decision is what led to all of this right now. All the confusion, all the division, okay? All the death, the pain, because of that one decision.
That led to millions of aborted fetuses. You know, you opening your legs to every
quiver,
every arrow. You know what I'm saying? And not being responsible, not being chased. You know, not being shamefaced. You know, all these different qualities that a woman naturally supposed to have. Those things are null and void in this society, man. You're damn near looked down upon if you have those characteristics now.
You know, order is frowned upon in society.
Yeah.
That's why us as a nation is in the position that we in. And like you mentioned, you were speaking of your testimony earlier, that's really the mentality of majority of these women, if not all of these women, man. They say what? Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the opposite, man. You know, because looking at us as a nation with the Heavenly Father, as long as we made the Heavenly Father happy, He made us happy. He provided for us, He protected us, He made sure we was established. The same way in the household, if you as a woman do your duties in the household, you make your man happy, you take off that stress, you be that pillar of rest, your man is gonna provide for you naturally, man. A woman that makes her man happy, not just with sex, we're talking about things that deal with the household. That man is
I
gonna
didn't buy
naturally
new drapes and shit. That's by giving sound counsel and instruction. That's really how it really plays out. And some of those other things come with it as well, but we're talking about the most valuable things.
So submission,
Yeah.
cooperate,
Obedience.
being obedient.
Hey, if you've never been told to be submissive unto your husband by your mama or even your daddy, when your man tells you that, it's gonna sound foreign, there's gonna be some hiccups in it, but the obedience in it is for you to get on board with that and start implementing that. And you're gonna see the benefits of doing that.
But
of how it's gonna yield.
in today's society here in America, if a woman submits to her man, she's being oppressed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Her friends, everybody, social media is telling her that she's being oppressed.
Color purple.
You know?
Yep.
You don't have to submit to a man. Why should I have to submit to a man? You know? Because that's seen as a bad thing here.
Yeah, why should she submit unto the man who has her in her best interest?
You know?
But you submit unto your boss.
And especially nowadays where we were talking about how the woman now is forced to go out and work. You know? A woman, if you can't keep her at home and give her everything and more, you know, she's not gonna respect you. She's not gonna see you as the prize, because they're here. They're forced to go out and work. You know, they're forced to go out and make that money too. And if you both are working, now there's contention in the house, man. Okay, there's like there's a power struggle.
I'm gonna say, God forbid you make more money than your husband. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's most cases, a lot of women make more money than their husbands now. You know? So there's a power struggle now where I make more money. You know? But you can't give me everything I need. Why should I submit to you? It's an ongoing battle, man. You can't have a family here, man. You can't.
It's like, and when a woman says you can't give me everything I need, the goalposts keep getting moved. Because it's not about, okay, I know these are the things you need. How do you know what I need? I gotta tell you what I need, but the list of things you need are really just the things that you want. The things you hold, the things you
Scripture says, if a woman maintains her husband, most of these women, the ones that actually have it, they end up making more than them. They talk to their men like shit. They it's because the respect.
Something get a job.
The respect is not there. Women don't understand I want to say power, but the benefit really of femininity, man. True femininity.
I got something. I got something. Everybody got it.
Titus chapter 2, verse 2 down. Teach the older men to exercise self-control and to be worthy of respect, and to live wisely. They must have sound faith and be filled with love and patience. Similarly, teach the older women to live in a way that honors Yahweh. They must not slander others or be heavy drinkers. Instead, they should teach others what is good. These older women must train the younger women to love their husbands and their children, to live wisely, to be pure, to work in their homes, to do good, and to be submissive to their husbands. Then they will not bring shame into the word of Yahweh.
Right. But that's not being done. You You know?
And you saw that said not to be ashamed to Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, who set it all up. The word of it.
It's the order that we was given.
Right. And there's certain women that have changed their whole life around, you know,
Yeah.
that have come up under the order. You know, hey, more power to you, and the Lord bless you.
Continue on that
You
righteous
know,
path.
keep you to the end. You know, but 99.9% of women here, they're not doing that. Okay, so the result is men growing up without their fathers, the daughters growing up to be whores.
Yep.
And the men don't respect the women because of that.
Right. Yep. Right.
They grew up having no respect because they see, they see how the mothers are being treated, how they're treating their children. They grow up and they see that shit and be like, yeah. I'll notice, like especially in the hood, a lot of the young boys that grow up, they see their aunties, they see their sisters, they see all the women around in their family, and they see how men in their life treated them.
Yeah.
They see that pattern and they grow up with no respect for women. It's about the conditioning, the environment, what your children are growing up seeing. And they see a woman being respectable and everybody around her is showing her respect. He's going to grow up and see that, and he's going to emulate and show that respect.
So when you see, who that you said was Sexy Reds?
Yeah.
Sexy Reds and them not respecting themselves, not respecting the younger women around them, being bad examples, and then they see their aunties giving reverence to that degenerate
Dancing to
behavior.
that shit, they twerking.
What do you think is going to continue amongst the children that are now taking those images in, those experiences in, and have to make sense out of that with a developing mind, and eventually with an adult mind? It's going to continue the same behavior, or even worse. And here we look, and we're looking at the generation of all the shit that ever went wrong. We're looking at the generation. We know you love your kids. We know you say you love them, in word at least. But at the end of the day, we're looking at how you ain't gave a fuck about these kids from Genesis. Okay?
Man.
The first thing you did wrong was turning on the man. Which the man wasn't right, because the men turned their back on the Heavenly Father. So it's not something that's only for you. You fucked up too. But as we're correcting it, you're supposed to have been correcting it as well. But this is the fruition of all that bad coming out to play. And now we're looking, look at these kids,
It's the
man.
very first time in history that the woman is finally being held accountable.
Yeah.
That's why they're not used to it.
She passed the buck even in Genesis.
No. They're not used to this type of scrutiny.
Yep.
Because they, all their life they've been coddled and showered with all these compliments, getting all these, every Mother's Day you're hearing "Dear Mama," you're hearing,
I'm surprised I ain't heard it already.
you know what I'm saying? But now, you a single mom, you a single mom. Now you got to hear that shit now. So everything is doing a 180, man. The Lord is turning that back. That's over with. It's time for you to start being held accountable.
Yeah, because this way of life it's not going to go on forever.
Hell,
You know?
We know one flesh left the same.
Yeah, it's not going to go on forever. It's there's only so much the men are going to take before they finally realize that, hey, it's not supposed to be this way. Women doing whatever the hell they want, getting away with it. Oh, they have the court system behind them.
oh no, that shit. That shit is diabolical.
Super diabolical.
It's diabolical, man. Over the years, what y'all done through that court system against these fathers, man. Hell, you ruined the children's lives too with that. Horrible, man. Partnering up with the oppressor. So that's, yeah.
the man you chose.
Yeah. You ain't thinking about the family. You ain't thinking about the legacy. You ain't thinking about nothing. Just
Yourself.
greedy. Just yourself, man.
I used to say this. I ain't said it a lot recently, but I used to say this. It ain't that it stopped. Every woman I've ever met on the planet are one of 2 or 3 things: selfish, self-centered, or both. Really go back and think about it, man. So what are the women now? The hopeful elect women out there. What are they trying to be? They're trying to be to see the bigger picture, and even sacrifice things for their own personal success to make sure the overall agenda gets met. You know. So that's like I'm saying. That's much appreciated for you women that's really trying out there. But the rest of everybody else, we're about to watch the penalties that come upon you. That's just gonna feel good.
Proverbs 14:1. It says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. The only way a woman is going to be able to, a wise woman is going to be able to build up her house is if she's following that instruction given. First of all, her being taught by other wise women, grandmother, mother, but also her following that guidance, that blueprint of her husband, or a woman that doesn't have if she has a house, she has to have a husband. But for women that don't have husbands, she followed that example from her father, man. It all goes back to that male being present at the end of the day.
I was looking for a precept that go with that. I think is that Sirach? No, the other precept. And it goes, the house is established by the father, but women.
The curse of
the
mother
curse of
who without foundation.
Yeah.
Sirach 3.
Yep. Somebody pull that.
It's Sirach 3 and 7. Sirach.
Good job.
It says, hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter, that ye may be safe. For the Lord Yahweh hath given the father honor over the children, and hath confirmed the authority of the mother over the son.
And have y'all seen that the videos where the mom or something like a grandparent or somebody be holding the baby or whoever, and the mom will walk up and be like, babies don't really want to fuck with their mom like that. But then the dad will show up, they'll jump out, whoever hand they you, with honor for their father. A dad cannot be in a child's life their whole life. If he comes back acting right towards that child will accept that man regardless. That's something sent from the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
It's you women that begin to plant the seed of evil towards that man. Now, I'm not saying that you started it, but you planted it in the children.
Remember that video?
Bro,
that
Jake in the car?
Jake was on the phone with his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick,
Yeah.
bro.
That was real sick.
Yeah.
And at the end, she started crying, which shows you she wanted to, she wanted to be accepted back to her father, with open arms. But she had that mentality of her mother in the back of her head, making her do stuff.
You can tell she was trained that way.
Yeah, it's fine. She didn't want to see that.
That wasn't her natural.
Yeah, she didn't.
She got to be done too, bro.
She's seeking to please her mother versus doing what's right, what's naturally in her spirit to show that affection towards her father and want to be in her father's bosom.
When you see that dynamic where the daughter doesn't respect her own father, she's not gonna respect no man. She's not gonna respect any man. No. Hey, she don't reverence her father. She don't respect no man. Just understand that.
Well, come Jacob's trouble.
I'm just saying.
Come Jacob's trouble. The great solver is going to solve all that. Because though you went like, we don't know what the lady from the BX did. We don't know what that was brought upon her for as an example, or what she did in this life or past life or whatever. But at the end of the day,
Bro, she was talking to her father like an adult woman is talking to her ex.
yeah,
That she hates.
yeah.
That's how Jake's daughter was talking to him.
He tried to remain calm and still a loving father and accept you because
he even told her, he was like, hey, you're supposed to honor your father too, not just your mother.
Yep.
He said that.
Yep.
And that's in the
That's
law.
the word, yeah.
It tells you to honor your father and your mother.
Yep.
The society is telling you, no, disregard the pops because he ain't even there. And you don't even know the origin story.
Yep.
She ain't even telling you everything.
No.
They never tell the
She
whole
can't tell
story.
everything. She look like the villain.
Yeah.
And even on a day like this, man, and where you got niggas, basically honoring their mother and putting them on social media, and but then they treat their mom like shit for the rest of the year, man. You know, this is just like a show off thing. For niggas, man.
It is phoniness.
Yeah. Hey,
And I don't need a man. I don't need society to dictate when and how to honor my own parents.
Right.
I could do that on my own time, and technically you're supposed to do that every day.
Right.
It's supposed to be a part of who you are. You don't have to think about it and do something extra. It should just be who you are. And by you living your everyday life, it should be an honor to both your parents that they've raised a productive, God-fearing child.
And in reality, it's just another scam for you to go out.
The flower
money,
industry, the diamond industry,
you know,
the
It's all
jewelry.
for big business,
Keep feeding the system.
capitalism.
You know, that's all it is. You gotta go out there and spend money.
Female postman.
Or else
Got robbed broad day.
you're not honoring your mother. You're not doing your job as a son. You know, if you don't go out there and spend some cash. So these businesses right now, they love this. You know, they love it. Diamond stores, jewelry stores, restaurants.
But you know what? That's starting to dwindle down though, because of inflation and the way the economy is going. Look at how it was last Black Friday. A lot of people wasn't spending like that. A lot of people wasn't going to these malls like that. Usually during Black Friday, these malls are packed.
That shit was dry.
That shit was super dry this time, man. Last year.
It wasn't no lines. It wasn't no people running in there snatching shit.
No. So even on this day, we see women, but you don't see it. You don't see that many. It ain't like how it used to be. Cause shit is changing.
Right.
And
not for the good.
And a lot of women you see, they alone.
They by themselves. Some of these hoes are so bitter and miserable. They're like, man, I'm gonna take myself out for the day. I'm gonna honor myself.
I can buy myself flowers.
We gonna go to Vegas for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We're gonna treat myself for today.
Yeah.
Go to a brunch or whatever, but it's just her.
The part that sucks the most, and there's not a more lonely woman that would say that this ain't true. You get in that cold ass bed. I don't care if you got a heating blanket or whatever in there. You get in there and alone, ain't no warm body to cuddle up next to where you know if any noise happens outside,
That's what I was thinking.
you ain't gotta move. Man, that's just a scary feeling. And guess what's coming? Bah, 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 bah. Hey, we was talking about the purge last night.
Yeah.
When the neighbor see you ain't a man will ever show up at your door no more, guess what's gonna happen? You gonna kick the door in and come get you, and not the way you want to. And somebody was talking about when women, was the Apostle Torah? He was talking about when women get seized, or was it Apostle McCall? He was saying when women get seized, what hurts them so bad that's the worst thing ever. Bullshit, because they fantasize about that activity, but it's really the taking of the power away from them.
Yeah.
That's the main problem, because you know all your power lies in that thing that's between your legs that men want to have pleasure with. But when a man takes that pleasure from you without your consent or without your authority or your approval, you feel powerless. You better go back and watch them old shows, man, them Last Kingdoms and all of that, to see how that shit really went down. Women got humbled, and usually the women after that, especially if they're of royal lineage, and then that happened to them, they were pretty much thrown in a dungeon or somewhere or killed off.
Right.
It was good for nothing.
Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Break that down. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, all those benefits that these women are receiving, these things that are enabling them to be in that proud spirit that they're in, all that's about to be stripped from them, man. All these things, from these careers, these certain like OnlyFans that we mentioned, all of these things that's enabling these women to be proud is gonna be stripped from them. They're not gonna have these same benefits no more, and they're gonna be put in a position of mourning.
Right, it said many days and years, bro. So it's they really gonna hit rock bottom, man. Yeah. All right, rock bottom. They're not gonna be able to afford or have access to everything that they've gotten in this place.
To land back off what you're saying as well is, hey, you're now coming into a field in which you have an even playing field with men. There's nothing to differentiate your basically your survival, so to speak. Yeah?
You need a man to survive now.
Have the police, so you don't have 911, which is just Esau being able to protect you from danger in that sense. And you don't have assistance from the government in terms of your survival for housing, your survival for food. You now have to fend for yourself, as men have been doing forever.
Right.
So now you're competing with these same men that you talk shit about. And what happens when they show you that they're a man? Hey, now you're in a position in which judgment is gonna come upon you.
Right, because a lot of women, they did their ex wrong, or their baby daddy wrong.
Yep.
They screwed them over with like we're saying, with the court.
Child support.
Left them nothing. Think about that kind of man that all that anger that's in him. Think about those kind of men, they're gonna come looking for these women, bro.
Yeah.
Take their children.
Bro, I did a lesson. It was a video of Hinda basically saying how a guy that she was messing with, another chick she was dealing with, was talking to other women. She went and told her brothers. Her brothers didn't care because they understood. But then she ended up basically trying to come up with a reason for her brothers to like beat up Jake. So she ended up giving herself a black eye and telling her brothers that he did it, man. So the brothers went over there and basically beat him up and then killed him. So now her brothers is in jail for like 25 plus years and the other Jake is killed. And that's because what? She was at ease. She took no accountability for anything, basically.
Did she serve any jail time?
No, she was on Instagram laughing about this shit, man.
So that's how you know the serpent behind these women.
Exactly.
No wickedness greater than the wickedness of the world.
Yeah.
That ease represents the contentment. These women are too content. They don't have anything to keep them humble. They don't have anything to keep them in order, man. They're gonna have to be forced into that mindset.
That's Habakkuk 1 and 4, because the law is slack. Ain't no righteous judgment going forth. If that woman was made an example by our law, she more than likely committed adultery. She bare false witness against a man that got another man killed. She'd probably be more likely to be put to death, and that would be an example to everyone else. But
She can't do none of that shit in these other countries.
hell no.
She's not doing that shit over there in Saudi Arabia. She's not doing this shit over in parts of Africa. She's not doing this shit in China. She's not doing none of this shit in Russia. And women, you don't hear a report about women acting and behaving this way in those countries. You hear mainly is right here. Right here in Babylon the Great, where they have all this liberty and all this confusion. Scriptures tell you you're not supposed to give them that type of liberty, man, to gather blood.
I need to read this in 20. So verse 11, tremble you women who are at ease, be troubled you complacent daughters. Strip, undress, and put sackcloth on your waist. Beat your breast for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, for the land said Yeah, basically, you're gonna cry. You're gonna basically cry for all the benefits that Esau been giving you. He's gonna snatch that back from you. You know, that's what he didn't tell you in the garden. You know, so you're gonna so basically you're gonna cry after Esau's benefits that he's gonna take away from you. And hey, I believe Trump get back up in there, man, because Trump he's in hot water with women, man. You know, it was the Stormy Daniels. You know, yeah. I think he's gonna take a lot of hell, put a lot of hell on you women. You know, for him getting in trouble and shit, man. You know, so I think Trump gonna be that guy to get this Isaiah 32, you know, on the popping, man. You know?
There's many different benefits that the serpent have gave Eve, but one of the main ones is that protection. Right. That protection. Once that protection is gone, all else goes out the window. Yeah.
To back you up, you said that this only happens in Babylon. This is a recent post someone posted. It says, granddaughter of Iran's supreme leader Khamenei on a shopping trip in New York City in a dress that would get any other ordinary Iranian girl in her age executed back home. But in America, you can do it. You know? It's like when these heathens come over here, they just throw out all their customs, all their laws that they would hold back home. They just throw it out, you know. And something that's
the exchange. You come over to Babylon and you come over here. You're forced to drink that cup. You gotta drink that Babylonian wine, that juice. And then once you start to get intoxicated, you leave off from your original culture and way of living. It's like you damn near forget about it. Like when you intoxicated, you're not in your right mind. So you're not even thinking clearly. That's what they do when they come over here, because they see all the freedom, they see the luxury, they see the entertainment, they see the opportunity to make more money, to make a fortune. Yeah. So you can pretty much come over here and do as thou wilt. And not have any consequences, no judgments for it. We're back at home where they got morals and standards. They're not gonna spare you with that, man.
Because you knew.
And that's the reason why these other countries got a beef with Babylon. That's part of the reason why they're coming against the war. You should have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand to make all the nations what? Drunken. And therefore the nations are mad.
Right. Major part of that wine is the fiat currency, the American dollar bill. You know, once that American dollar bill, totally loses power, within these other nations, man, that's when you're gonna see real hell come here to America, man. Because the inflation gonna hit the dollar in a massive way, and you people don't even know how to react to it, man. And it's gonna be a quick thing too, man. You know, it's gonna be very quick. They just need a major crisis to basically get it running, man. You know, and that's what we're waiting on, man. You know, and that's ultimately the judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, and it said Ezekiel 7 said they should cast their silver and gold in the streets, man. That goes into your fiat currency, man. They ain't gonna be worth shit, man. And what you gonna do then? What you gonna do then? All right, I'm talking to the women, man. What you gonna do then when your dollar ain't got no purchasing power? It costs $200 to buy a loaf of bread.
God, we already talked about how women mismanage money. You know, so it's gonna be even worse than that day where they're not gonna know what to buy, how to ration, how to use their money wisely, Yeah.
Right. It's just the future don't look good, man. It doesn't look good for the modern woman here in America.
They don't look good. There are women over there in Argentina. They catching that hell, man. They're fucking their dollar, Argentinian dollar ain't worth shit.
Right. That's why it said in the scripture, tremble, ye women, man, because the time is being sped up. The days are going by quick. The prophecies are coming to pass real quick. Okay? The great day of the Lord is nearing. It's right around the corner. And as that day is closer and closer, the birth pains will increase, meaning the tribulation, the trouble, the suffering is going to increase. Okay? So little by little, these women, they're going to realize, hey, we had it wrong. All right? We were in the wrong. But it's going to take great trouble for them to realize this. Okay? It's going to take a lot of suffering for them to realize that following after this man was not the way to go.
It's going to be too late.
Too late.
It's going to be too late. They're going to have it in their mind, hey, it's all about survival right now. If I take you on, I got to fucking feed your ass.
Right. Well, now it's going to be, well, what do you? Well, man is going to have multiple options in that day. A man. So if you don't bring anything to the table, then your ass is out there for prey.
We're not talking about sex, man. Because sex ain't gonna be on a man's mind in the time of survival, man. That's not gonna be something you can offer. It may be something though that it naturally comes, but it's gonna have to be things that actually contribute to that survival. Are you able to, like brothers always mention, are you able to get some clothes? Do you know certain plants to put on wounds to heal? What do you know how to do?
Can you cook? Yeah.
These women don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to hunt.
I'm bringing food back. Yeah. You know? So it's like I was saying, it don't look good. The future don't look good for these women here in America. Just like the future don't look good for America, by default, those that are attached to this place, they're gonna go through it too. All right? And that's week after week, day after day. We warn you people. We warn you women. Okay? Hey, especially our women. Right? Get right. Okay? Get right. Because that day is coming where you're gonna want to seek the Lord, and you're not gonna find Him.
It's like the scriptures say that the Lord is gonna search Jerusalem with candles to punish them that are centered on their knees. The same is gonna happen to you women, man. Don't be one of those ones that's complacent, at ease. You gotta stay on your toes. You gotta continue to do, for the women that believe, you gotta continue to do what you're supposed to do. Just like we gotta stay on point.
Don't be a Lot's wife.
Right. Yep.
Don't come into this thing and then get to considering, well, I am kind of leaving behind the privileges and power that I'm actually accustomed to in the society. I'm kind of leaving behind, my ability to be able to be on an equal playing field with a man. I feel like I'm kind of taking an L here. You start to, when that type of thinking start to creep in, you're ending up in Lot's wife territory, right? You start to think that you can start policing your man, and what is he out there doing when he's not with you? You feel like you can have that kind of control over him. If you're still thinking that, and you in this truth, you're in Lot's wife territory. Because only under this setup you're allowed to do that. It's not allowed within our heritage, our culture. Women, they know their position. All right. If you're not willing to give that man his leeway to be able to take control and take command and do what he's supposed to do naturally in his order, then you're gonna die with this world. You're gonna pass away in this world, because the fashion of it is gonna pass away.
You gotta take into account. And you be like, well, that's not me. Okay, maybe that's not you. But when you start to look around and you say, you second guessing and questioning the decision that the man is making, or wondering what his motives are, you still lean into that Lot's wife territory. When a man, like a man has to go double check with you if this is a good idea. The man of the Lord ain't got to double check with you. The man of the Lord has sought counsel most times from a higher power, other men, or the Bible, other men, right? Or through prayer from the how about including prayer, right?
Right. These women, they want to track you.
Yeah.
You got to give them your location.
And here's the worst part. And it's not so they know that you're safe like they say.
No.
It's really so they can say, what you doing over there?
I had one tell me that. Well, I just want to make sure you're okay. No, you want to make sure I'm not somewhere you don't want me to be. If you want to make sure I'm okay, you can call me. Check on me.
And don't ask me where you at.
You know? But they really just want to track you.
Hey, hang on.
They want to
They should
have
be able to
authority.
hear your voice.
Yeah.
Baby, are you okay?
Exactly.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. I'm just checking.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Now, where you at? So the moment you hear that, you already know where it's going.
What does civilization do when there were no fucking phones, let alone smartphones? You can't call a phone. The man, hey, who was that? I'm telling somebody who was saying, like in Little House on the Prairie, when Paul went to the city to go get food or whatever, you know, from the general store, he got ready, whatever, and trekked off for like a month. There wasn't no woman. Hey, you made it to town. You good? When you coming back? He got back when he got back. If he didn't come back, guess what? You still waiting until they got back. You know? Or if he never came back, you just tried to hold it down like he set you up to do when he left.
Yeah.
But all this tracking shit, that's that new wine the serpent is giving you that's reinvigorated that Genesis 3.
And you got women putting air tags on your car.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be careful with these women.
Cheaters. Well, most of the cheaters is messed up. The men cheaters be like the worst ones. When the men cheat on a woman or on a woman with another woman, those are like the bad ones. The really, really ones that's just not good is when the woman's out there cheating. Because I seen one where a guy that he got beat up by the second dude. That was just all wrong on every level. And her excuses, because then they have the confessional at the end. Well, he was never home. He's like, I'm out making money. And so you don't have to work. Well, I'm at home lonely. Damn, whatever gonna satisfy you.
Learn to do some shit.
How come you ain't someone?
That's
That's
why.
a proverb. Such as an adulterous woman, she eateth and drinketh and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. They'll play victim when they're the ones that
All the time.
have committed the transgression.
That's the scriptures. I think it's the same. I don't mind the devil's playground.
Yeah.
Hey, there's things for you to learn to better your business. Yeah, kind of. I think we can learn that. Okay, you got that? There's things for you to learn in order to better yourself for your body at home, man. You know, you have a head, just like we have a head. The union makes a body. So how can you better the house? You know, you can get into things like sewing. You can get into things like recipes. You can get into the herbs as well. Hey, we into it. So what's the excuse, man? There is none. You'd rather be on your phone on social media, scrolling on
They
TikTok.
dream about a lifestyle that you don't
Yeah,
live.
bullshit.
Looking for tea,
Yeah,
gossip.
Yeah.
exactly. There's beneficial things to do. Hey, to also help your spirit, man. Hey, you can, a lot of times, you know, complain. There's certain things that you can do in order to make change, man. And there's no sense in making your hell harder. You know? If you can better it in the situation by making yourself better for your man, hey, as we do, for our man, Yahweh, it's like Yahweh shot. Hey, then you do the same, man.
I got you, but I'm gonna start with verse 10 real quick, so you understand the perspective that is written is of the mind of a virtuous woman, right? This is Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Hey, really, this is about wisdom. Because when you go into wisdom, it stop in what's that, 11th chapter? No, yeah, 11. Where it says, for wisdom is more moving than emotion, she's the breath of the most high. It says, all gold is insane in respect to her. All, yeah, 7, 1. And all clay is like, all silver is clay is before her, man. You know? So it's really speaking about wisdom.
So verse 27 says, she looketh well to the ways of her household, which is a full-time job anyway. You don't really have time to be chilling when you're running a household. Right? It is a busy job. And know what? It is an honorable job to have.
Yeah, right? That's like headquarters.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you're also, hey.
It says, she looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness.
Yeah. Hey, being what? And you're not just wandering, being wanting, hey, on your phone doing nothing and wasting time. Man. You know? Hey, because as men, we don't have time to waste, man. You know, hey, no brother just has ample time. You know, the time that we do have, hey, we tend to, hey, the ministry, man. You know, we make sure that our time is divided so that we're productive. Hey, productivity is not something that women are great at, man. That's something that you all slack. How do we know? Look at the bullshit that you get into. Hey, whether it's gossip, whether it's drama, you know, there's things that need to be done. And if you're
or creeping off.
Exactly.
Where do they get that time to get with this dude and they constantly talking with each other?
Courtship.
They, you know, they sitting at the wine with each other. They having drinks with each other. Where's she getting all this time to do all that, man?
Here's the fucked up thing about modern society. That whole courtship is happening from a smartphone, wherever you are. You don't have to be in the same spot. You can actually be on FaceTime in the same place now, busy, versus having to actually take the time to get dressed and dolled up and then go out and be with you.
Well, there's it looked like it's like trash.
Yeah, that's bad.
There was one that was hired.
I saw like a thing that guys were saying on TikTok. It's like, you don't know how sneaky a woman is until you're beside her. You know? Because that's how you know, like how they move, how they maneuver when they're cheating on their man. How sneaky they are. You know?
I've seen videos of women answering the phone. They man calling, and she right next to me, telling him to be quiet. That shit, man. You see why a lot of this shit go left, man.
Right. I had a dude tell me he don't know I'm in the truth, you know. But he was spewing out his fucking vomit. So he's bragging to me that he had a chick come over from California with her man, and she got her man drunk in the casino floor. She snuck away for 15-20 minutes with the dude in the car, and they did their thing, and then she just went back to her man like nothing. You know?
I've heard some bad
It's
things.
like woman.
Well, it goes down out here.
You know?
One of them I heard, and this make everybody sick, I'm sorry, but you have to understand how disgusting these beings can be. Damn, baby, you juicy tonight? Little does he know. You know what I'm saying? Without saying everything. That's another man.
There's been women that come out and brag about that. I mean,
Yeah,
I had a man go down on me after, you know, I had another man. You know, and it's like
I seen one where a chick was at a restaurant. She's sitting next to her man with across from with another dude, and I don't know if her man and the dude they're sitting across from, and he's with a chick. I think they might have been friends maybe, but while they sitting next to each other eating, you know, he's doing all this, you know, he got his arm around her and all that, but under the table, her and the dude, they're rubbing feet with each other. That's why the scriptures say this. Sirach 25, and verse 25. It says, give the water no passage, neither wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. Hey, that's what she gonna do. Keep a strong watch over her, man.
Right. And it says that a wicked woman is given
As a portion to a wicked
to a
man.
wicked man.
And this society is so wicked. If a man decides to like, he want to make sure that his woman is not, she's not too out there. A lot of people will say that, oh, he's that's little dick energy, or he's insecure.
Right. Yeah.
That's that shaming language that they use when a man is actually standing on business. When a man has standards and he demands a certain way of his a woman that he's dealing with because he has dignity, they'll shame that and say, oh, that's you're being insecure. He's being manipulative. He's being oppressive. But that's just so that she could shame him, so that he could give her the liberty to go out there and be in them streets.
Yeah, right. I got a little dick in it, man. I don't want a little dick in my woman, but mine. Straight up.
That's really toxic women, man. They can't live with that type of shit.
That's the way to shame you. To believing that having expectations from your woman and holding her to a certain standard is a negative thing.
Yeah, sorry. Another thing as well, you have to watch who your women are around. You know? Hey, because the demons that they associate with, these bitches are ultimately against you, man. Against you and the union that your woman has. So they try to sow, wickedness in her mind. Next thing you know, you hear her repeating shit that they're saying. And these bitches are just lonely, man.
Right.
Misery loves company.
If your woman has a best friend that's single, that's bad news.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure your woman's not spending a lot of time with that bitch. Because she's gonna put stuff in her mind.
I told my woman, why do you get mad when your homegirl stop hanging out and texting you or whatever and cool when she get a man? Like, man, that ain't like she should still be able to be my friend. I said, yeah, what did that tell you? She's taking a priority of a relationship.
Right.
But here's the problem. Why did she get back cool with you? Because the relationship didn't work. And now she needs to talk to you. What is going on? How can you say that? Because it's something that you ain't doing. And that's where you're supposed to slip little jewels to her. Well, are you doing this? Are you doing? I'm doing all of this and that. Like, you ain't doing enough. You ain't valued enough. The things that you're doing aren't of enough value. And I've said this. I've said to my daughter. I've said it to other women. I've said to people. It's the power of a woman isn't to get a man. The power is to keep a man.
Right.
How do you keep a man coming back to you? It's not hard. Keep the house clean, cook, treat him good, and have a good attitude. That right there, a man will continue. It may not be every day, but he'll show up routinely back to you. Trust me, with good energy, with the things that you really want out of him. If you consistently provide that and have that available for him, guess what? And only him, guess what? He'll be thinking about you when the shit hits the fan, like the times we're talking about. You'll be the type of woman he'll go and want to protect.
Yeah.
When you stand up for him in that way. Okay, and then what more value of a man do you get than that? Well, I also just gave you the keys to a very valuable woman also. That's how you become a valuable woman. Two-way man. You're not of value to a man that can buy all those things and don't care to have it in one place. Especially if you add the childbearing to the equation as well. You have more or no? Wait. What was we at? You was reading right now? Oh, you was in Sirach, right?
That was the
That was
point.
it?
Yeah.
I know you was in that chapter too. So that was it.
I got some.
Okay.
This is First Ezra, chapter 4. Let's start at verse 13. It says, the eulogy of woman and the truth. It says, then the third.
What is that? What is it?
The eulogy of woman and the truth.
Yeah, I wanted that's one.
It said, which we all, most of us, for sure, we should know this account, right? It says, then the third.
Who has basically it was a debate on
Right.
who has the most power, the king, women, wine, or the truth.
Right.
Alizar. Is it Alizar that broke that down? Or
So that was Cesarian.
Cesarian? Yeah.
Let's let him define it real quick. Because that's what you just made yourself.
The word eulogy says a speech or piece of writing that praises someone or something highly, typically someone who has just died. Very much praise.
Praise you at the end of your life, or for what you bring to the table, or for what you do, what you provide. And that's why it came down to was the king, women, and eulogy. Yeah. And that's what Gmslv was talking about. You know, Gmslv. He was saying, let's put out the greatest speech of what we believe is the greatest thing on the earth. And then that's what it was. So you got it. So he gave praise unto the king. Another one gave praise unto women, and then and wine. He gave praise unto wine. But Zerubbabel also gave praise unto women. He went over the top of that and said the truth is above all. You know, so you got it. I just want to summarize it. You got it.
Says, then the third who had spoken of woman and of the truth,
Yep.
this was Zerubbabel,
Yep.
began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them?
Now let me say this real quick. And the women and the wine and the king, those do have a certain amount of power and praise that go with them. But women, as it's about to break down, excels those truth overall.
It also shows you that there's nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
This was going on back then too,
Yep.
where these women were already being worshipped.
Yep.
You know? It says, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. And that's a saying that we hear a lot here in this place, by even our own mothers. I gave you life. I brought you into this world.
I had you in my womb for 9 months, so
Of
roundabout
Tupac,
way.
because we all came from a woman.
Yeah.
You know?
You know?
That's why they love that nigga to death, man.
Yeah. So even in this, you know, it just shows you how accurate the scriptures are, man. You know? It says,
If you ask her, okay, so how does the bone form in your womb?
right.
How do a child come into form? Break the process down.
It just says bear. I mean,
Yeah.
You're just
You don't know
soil.
what the hell is happening in your womb. The process is happening inside your womb while your body's going through changes that you yourself can control. So how could you take credit for it? You know? And the pain is a result of your disobedience.
Right.
Going back to your foremother. You know?
Right. Just don't even throw that in their own child's. I'm the one who had, you know?
Yeah, I had to go through that pain.
Yeah.
I had to do this to push you out. Yeah, we honor you for that. You know? We honor you for that you have to go through that. That's the natural cycle of the earth. That's the cycle of life. This is all of our entrance into the world. You didn't design that. You know?
Most women are for me anyway. Getting the epidural.
Continuing. Yes.
And even the mother of the Maccabean brothers,
Yeah, I just quoted. You got it. You got it.
she knew what time it was.
You got it.
Second Maccabees 7 verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory.
She was worthy of honorable memory because she was a real one, so to speak. You got it, bro.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, lifted with courage, with courageous spirits, and
She was in rare form.
Yeah.
To have that kind of courage, you watching your sons die right in front of you.
Yep.
She still held on to her faith and integrity.
To the Heavenly Father. Yep.
You know?
And actually gave them a comforting saying or something. To hey man, die courageously, righteously, and manly.
Yep.
and stirring up her womanish
Usually
thoughts.
a woman would have been like, okay, I'm gonna eat it. Back then, you know, they were trying to force them to eat abominable meats and stuff. You know, these women, you know, they bow down to whoever's in power. You know, when a woman actually stands up, that's rare. For her belief, her culture, her faith, that's rare because usually women don't have faith like that. Because they're the weaker vessel. Go ahead.
and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. And she said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was I it that formed you in the members of every one of you.
But modern women, yeah, they want to act like I did all of this. No, you laid down and daddy piped you down, and that process gave license to the Most High, creating you inside your womb. And there's a scientific explanation for it, but you ain't do it though. You did the easy part.
But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generations of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
I got one real quick. Ecclesiastes 11:4, it says, He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap, as thou knowest not what is the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so thou knowest not the works of the Most High who maketh all.
Yes, that's great precept.
So you don't take credit for that.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's why I went back to the first one your brother read, Luke 11. Right? Blessed is the woman that gave. You got it again? You got it, brother.
Luke 11.
You can imagine her, the nigga woman way in the back somewhere, talking all loud and shit, saying this.
Luke 11 and 27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked.
Hey, so you did the easy part, man. You participated, but you did the easy part. The man didn't even get to do the hard part. Time didn't do the work. And that's where the honor and credit should be going. The praise should be at. That was.
But he said, Yea, rather blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh.
So we go back to
the truth.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the truth of the matter.
Right.
Yep.
Continuing, it says, verse 15, Women have borne the king, and all that people that bear rule by sea and land.
Was that in Colossians where it said that Yahweh made all the dominions, the kingdoms, and so on and so forth? So you didn't even do that. You didn't even make the king. You didn't make the king. You just incubated the seed to it came to fruition, which is a very vital, important job to do.
but it ain't to your credit. The credit comes from you by what that king was to do, because hey, the wicked kings was born of a woman too. You gonna take credit for them? You got it, bro.
I feel like I should skip.
You
jump
jumping
down.
out?
Yeah.
This
whole chapter
out.
pretty much goes down.
Yeah.
But I'll go into 26.
Yep.
It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become serpents for their sakes. And that's
the day that pushes that too.
That's today's society, where a man, you get a wife, you don't really get a wife for help. You get a wife and you're a servant to her. You gotta make sure you're fucking going above and beyond to make sure this woman is happy. You know?
What they say? A man will sacrifice his happiness. How'd it go? A man will sacrifice his own happiness to please his wife. A woman will sacrifice her husband's happiness. Her husband for her own happiness.
Oh
yeah. It wasn't his happiness, it's him.
She'll sacrifice her husband and even the family for her happiness.
And then the woman be like, that's why women are better, because women outlast men. No, men die off of the stress that you had this. You know, the stress he goes to protect you, and even unto death. And then most of the time you add one to it instead of helping quell it, being that pillar of rest.
I seen a video not too long ago where it was just kind of like a study or experiment. They would ask a group of men, and then they would ask a group of women the same question. So if you could choose between you giving your life or your husband, who would you choose? Right. All the men said, oh, me. Right. No hesitation. All women said, oh, no, my husband. Like let him go.
Right. Yeah, there's like it's a saying, you know, the woman took his nuts, took her husband's. Yeah, man, the woman was literally neuter a man, you know, and that man becomes a shell of who he was, being in a marriage, in a modern day marriage, because the woman runs the household, you know, the man has to do what she says or else she's not happy. Now she's threatening him of leaving. She's gonna take the kids, you know? And so by default, you as a man, you wanna keep your house together, like the brother said. A man will sacrifice his happiness to keep his house together. A fucking woman will sacrifice her household to be happy.
That's what we're supposed to do, but not to the point where you become that servant. Like a lot of situations you see where Jake end up in jail, they doing shit so they can please women, and whether it be they out there robbing, they out there scamming, they out there gang banging, it's all to please a woman at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was in this chapter too. I'll continue. It says,
you got a lot of men they'll be crash dummies for a woman. You got those type of men that'll they'll just be ready to crash out. Like she could be the one that's in the wrong. She's at fault and she's causing a situation, but because that man is tied with that woman, now he's dragged into that situation. She don't even think about how detrimental it can be, because when a man goes at it with another man, there's a possibility that the man can sacrifice his life. The man can potentially die over you. And she don't ever think about that. And a lot of these women, they really look at their men like that. Like you're just that disposable. You're supposed to just throw on a cape whenever her feelings is hurt. If her feelings is hurt, that means that somebody blood got to spill in her eyes.
It don't even matter about right and wrong.
This is my job. She told me that her current husband and her child's father, her son's father, shot at each other. And she laughing about it.
Yeah, that's that.
You gotta be a dummy.
No, none of them.
You gotta be a dummy to put yourself in that situation. You know? You gotta be a dummy to deal with that kind of woman. Alright, that brings all that baggage.
I knew it was a dude at my job, right? He got with this chick from Chicago. She was a straight up masculine gangsta ass bitch, right? But she was good looking. She Judah, she was good looking. But I already knew off top, I was like, yeah, he about to have real fucking trouble. And in the beginning, it seemed like everything was kind of all right. You know, he working the job, but he also he's selling weed on the side and shit. So she like that hustle mentality that he has, so she was attracted to that. But months down the line into their relationship, she cussing this nigga out. She threatening him, and then he coming to me telling me like, man, what should I do? And I'm like, I don't know why you come to talk to me. You should have seen. You should have saw the flags from the beginning. This chick is masculine as hell. She come from that environment. Like, what did you think was gonna happen, bro?
Desire her not for pleasure.
Desire her not for pleasure, man.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7:26. Anybody bring that up?
Nope. Yeah. Sure.
I'm starting at 25.
Yep.
I apply my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets and her band and her hands as bands.
I mean, what? Her mind is always to put you in some type of trap. You know, get you trapped up. You know, whether she trapped you with a child, whether she trying to trap you so that she can get something out of you, or to take your manhood, take your respect from you. You would never know with some of these women out here, man. Like the dude I'm talking about, from my, well, he no longer work at the job, but he was once working there. But he was dumb enough to move her in with him. He moved her in with him. And let's just say, she tried to take control in his shit. She was very, what's the word? She was very contentious. They would be out and about, and she'll think that some dude is looking at her wrong, and she would expect him to go over there and check him. Expecting him to basically crash out and protect her honor, so to speak. I don't like the way he's looking at me. You're not gonna say nothing? You're not gonna do nothing about it? And then she'll go over and confront the dude. And the dude is like, hey man, this your chick? Hey man, So he's getting embarrassed and everything falling on him. Because his woman is out of pocket and he don't. Yeah.
Since she's from Chicago, it's women out from Midwest, they real aggressive. So I'm sure she's probably been in those situations before.
Yes, for sure. If you don't fight that nigga, I'm gonna go fight him. And if you don't come in, if you don't fight him, then I'll have no respect for you.
Right.
That whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. That's the nigga. That's your job.
Yep.
He's a sinner. That's why the Lord partnered him up with the fucking demon.
Last I heard, she ended up going back to Chicago, and he ended up, I don't know what the hell he ended up doing, but they're no longer together. So I guess he finally had the balls to be like, hey man, you gotta go. But you can see just the build-up from the beginning to the breaking point. She gave that nigga pure hell, man. She was giving him pure hell. And I told him from the get-go, I was like, watch what happens. That is not a chick, no, like, And he didn't want to listen to me at first. Then after the end, he's like, man, I should have listened to you. No shit. And usually, because that's Jake in the world, like, I'd rather give advice to brothers, you know what I'm saying, that might be going through certain shit. I never thought I had to talk to a nigga at the job, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool, because he lived not too far from me, so I would, pick him up, take him to the crib from work and shit. I was giving him rides because his whip was all messed up. But he was always constantly talking to me about the issues he was having with her, and I'm just trying to laugh at my ass off.
Because you got all the answers.
Yeah, just laughing. You know what I mean? Because it almost seemed like I'm like his elder or something.
It's counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you said it was an older man?
He was like around he was a little younger than me, but I felt like I was like his elder.
And here's the thing, that's supposed to be a part of our culture, of our people. We're supposed to be passing down jewels. Start with your father, your uncles, that's supposed to be set up there. Your brothers, all that's supposed to be set up there.
And that same chick, because they both worked on at the job together. Bro, that's how you know where his mind is at. He's still wet behind the ears and shit, man. But she with her masculine energy, she noticed how I carried myself. And even though she'll look at dudes, like look in their face and look like she can damn near whoop you. She didn't look that way towards me. She came with a certain respect when she talked to me. You know? And it's like a aura that we possess being in this truth, man. They know that there's something different. I wasn't gonna tolerate none of that shit. I don't give a fuck, bro. The dudes are scared of you and they attracted to you at the same time, so you could just.
Everything about Baby D.
Yeah. That's what they used to, man. Now with us. That's like it, bro. I know you still where you was at. We'll get to you.
2 more verses. Verse 27. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found.
Yep. And the reason the brother, even in a lesson like this, when we're going to this, it's the experience that we're trying to pass down to break the stronghold. And the apostles did it for us. They broke the stronghold and said, hey man, stop worshiping these women. Break out of that shit. Gird up your loins and show yourselves men. Be a man. Be manly. You don't need a woman to validate you as a man. That's not what validation. The Most High is validation out of whether you're righteous or not. That's how he validates you. If you're righteous.
And you simps, you niggas that have that Queen of Heaven mindset, they don't respect that, man.
No. They come to you.
They like the feeling of getting the what's the word I'm looking for? Women they like validation.
They like the attention.
They like the attention from that shit. But really they don't respect that. They actually more respect when a man is really standing on his shit, man.
Yeah.
They don't get that.
Constant.
It's not prevalent in society.
It's rare. It's rare to them. They respect that, man. Okay?
We fulfilling the role, and a lot of these women, we fulfill a role that their daddy didn't fulfill. For whatever reason, whether they was in their life and they was weak or they didn't grow up with a daddy. A lot of times, and most times, there's gonna be some pushback because they're not used to it. It's foreign to them. But when they start to become obedient up to it, they're more happier than ever. More subtle. And there's still that demon that'll hop on with their emotions, that'll have that tug of war, and then it'll take them over every once in a while. But this is what do you expect? It to be perfect on this side? Get the fuck out of here.
No, you're gonna have trouble in the flesh either way.
So this brother got the next one. You got it out.
All right, check 1 Corinthians 7 and 25. Now regarding you
questions about the young women who are not yet married. I do not have a commandment from the Lord for them, but the Lord in His mercy has given me wisdom. That can be trusted, and I will share it with you. Because of the present crisis, I think it is best to remain as you are. If you have a wife, do not seek to end the marriage.
In KJV it says, if thou art bound unto a wife, seek not to be loose. If thou art loose from a wife, seek not a wife.
Yeah, but she got to be submissive to you, though. She can't be one of these so-called wives in American wife.
And that's why what you read was perfectly right before, because it said, he who please the Lord shall escape from her. So if she's helping, as it said in that chapter, if she's helping you, don't seek to be away from her. If she's pleased to dwell with you, what it says in KJV. You got it, bro.
Verse 7, if you have a wife, do not seek to end the marriage. If you do not have a wife, do not seek to get married. But if you do get married, it is not a sin. If a young woman gets married, it is not a sin. However, those who get married at this time will have trouble. And I am trying to spare you with those problems.
Hey, they had the same problem back then in the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Women back then they were hell too, man.
Look for that.
29. But let me say this, dear brothers and sisters, the time that remains is very short. So from now on, those with wives should not focus only on their marriage. Those who weep or who are rejoiced or who buy things should not be absorbed by their weeping or their joy or their possessions. Those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. Should not become attached. Yeah.
What we've been saying the whole time. And Michael too. Depart from where did that go? Depart. Rise up and depart.
This is not your rest.
This is not your rest. It will
It's polluted. It will destroy you. It will destroy destruction.
So the message ain't changing.
For this world, as we know it, will soon pass away. I want you to be free from the concerns of this life. An unmarried man can spend his time doing the Lord's work and thinking how to please Him. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. His interests are divided in the same way. A woman who is no longer married or has never been married can be devoted to the Lord and holy in the body and in spirit. But a married woman has to think about her earthly responsibilities and how to please her husband. I am saying this for your own benefit, not to place restrictions on you. I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord's best.
Right. So if you have a wife, her job is to be that helpmate for you. That you're able to not have to attend to I'll use ancient terms. You don't have to go out and tend to the sheep and pluck the chickens. You don't have to cook dinner and do all this other things, because you can spend that time while she's doing that, giving that time unto the Lord. Now she's helped you in the Lord, versus creating arguments to where you can't devote yourself because y'all arguing back and forth over a power struggle or bringing hell on you, that you gotta try to quell the hell in your house versus being able to devote your time to pleasing the Lord.
Let me say this too. You really think it's gonna be perfect? We dealing with women that already got spirits on them from other men.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
What peace you think you're really gonna have?
And no men, the spirits wasn't righteous spirits necessarily.
Exactly. That's what
That's
I'm
the
saying.
whole point. There was
what I'm
some
saying.
2/3 ass spirits on the men before the women we got.
Yeah. You're gonna have trouble for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna be battling with energies.
Yep.
Yep.
Principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places.
And she's a weaker vessel, So Satan is gonna, he has a more successful rate at attacking you through her than attacking you directly.
Yep. I don't mean he ain't gonna try both. But
Yeah, he will
the
try
success
both.
rate is
But
even through your kids, but the success rate is through her.
It's through the woman.
And look,
the weaker vessel.
even if she's strong, Satan is good enough. This sucks. He's such a good adversary. He'll attack your children, because he knows when he create a soft spot in her, then he'll attack her, and now everybody in the house is against you. You know?
Sometimes when she have the child, if something happens, I don't know what the fuck it be.
It's carnality. Yep.
It gotta be, but something changes along the lines when they have that baby, and it's like that evil eye develops. So they start to have that evil eye towards their husband.
Yep.
It's like postpartum depression.
Yep, it is.
Yes,
That's when women,
her mood,
they kill
everything
their
changed.
kids and shit like that.
Everything just changed.
Yeah, that's the politically correct term.
Right.
Demons. Man.
Yeah.
It's demons. Postpartum.
Yeah,
Yep. They grow bitter, you know, towards their husband, and sometimes even the child, because it reminds them of their daddy.
Yep.
You know, hey, but there's gonna be, unfortunately, hey, we gotta keep in mind that we're in this truth, and we, some of us got women. We gotta remember what happened to Job, and his woman. Okay.
Yep.
Just because you're with a woman and everything's cool right now, you know, right, yep. As soon as we start catching hell, and we gotta lower our living situations and start departing and detaching from the system,
Yep.
don't be surprised
She break off with
if your woman that starts putting pressure on you. Hey, what's up with your God? All right, with this God you worship.
Now she may not say it that way.
They gonna say it in the
You
worst
still
way.
gonna go out there?
You know?
Eve, she gonna do
You
that.
still going out there?
Yeah. What's your God? Okay. You. He's supposed to help you right now. Where is he?
Where's the promise of his
Exactly.
coming?
Okay.
Right.
So we can't be. We should not be surprised
That's like the 7 and 10.
when this happens with our women that we have right now, because we keep saying they are that weaker vessel. Esau knows perfectly who to attack, how to get to the men.
That's why he gave you all these liberties during women's men. What was that called when he gave all them liberties away? I forgot the president that signed it, but there's a certain social services, basically. But he gave women all these social services so you would become dependent upon him and not dependent upon your man in the Lord. So when the time comes that he dangles that as the carrot ahead of you, you're going to follow what he do. That's why the weaker vessel is the one that got all the liberties when it comes to social services. What I doing?
A lot of women are gonna drag their kids with them and go get chips out. Okay?
We used to run to the grocery store. Why are you taking the kids? I'll be back. We ain't got no money. Why would you go to the grocery store? But you come back, groceries, you happy about eating. Wait, how'd y'all get this? And their hands over their pulse and they itching and shit, and you know, the previous sore popping up.
They got band-aids on it and shit.
Gloves on, trying to hide it.
That's why, like, Brother Red, hey, right now, if you don't have a wife, hey,
Not gonna be efficient.
don't go out there looking for one right now. It's not the time, basically, you know, because you're only gonna just make it harder on yourself.
Yeah, kind. And to land back, hey, look at what's out there. You know, right now it's even harder. Look at the quality. I mean, it's not quality, but look at
The general quality of the single woman out there, there's a reason why she's single. Trust me, there's a reason why she's single. And somebody like, nobody wants you?
Hey,
Badass bitches, nobody
You,
wants you?
if you have an item that's just sitting on the shelf at the fucking pawn shop or at Goodwill, and it's just collecting dust, that lets you know that shit had no value.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it. That's why it's there. So if you a woman And you even might even you not even an ugly woman, but for some reason, no man, you ain't got no long-term commitment with nobody. Something's wrong.
Like you always talk about a car that been on the lot.
Yeah.
A nice looking car, rims, motherfucker shined up.
But you gotta look at the Carfax on it.
Yeah.
Everybody look at the Carfax and be like, yeah.
Hook
I'm gonna go over here real quick and check the hood under this one.
Hook up the computer and shit. And
And you know the messed up part about it now? A lot of them have mastered with the internet involved as well. Have these makeup artists, and that's what they are. Making miracles out there. They didn't figure out how to wash the car, clean it, and what you all you damn, it's clean though. You motherfuckers are living, bro. It's fucking Christine in the movie. Gonna try to kill you if you don't if you go buy another car. You let another chick ride with you.
They got some shit called what's called rebuilt title now, man.
Yep.
Branded title.
Yeah. You'll pull something out of something.
A lot of them women, they call themselves born again birds.
That's the equivalent.
That's a salvage type.
That's the equivalent.
Trying to make something out of it. Some of them be good cars.
Men have a saying too right now. Hey, no hymen, no diamond. You know? No hymen, no diamond. And that's really how it should be. Because you can't expect a man to fucking want to marry you, build a home, when you've been having multiple dudes in you before him. How do you expect that? We know that.
Commit to you for the rest of my life, knowing
you were somebody else's fucking.
You were several people's other.
One and only.
It messes with the psychology of a man.
You don't even want to think about that.
That's where the spirit of jealousy comes in. That's the trigger. The checks and balances so men don't get caught up in the flesh. Men start thinking with the big head and start like, hold on. I'm getting jealous because I care about her. Let me make sure that I'm not thinking with the wrong head. Let me make the right decision. You know?
Curses.
And if you got to second guess your woman, if you're concerned that she might, I don't want to live like that. I refuse that. I personally refuse that shit. You know?
You're supposed to get your woman in the form of that ball and clay. So you can mold her into what you want her to be. But nowadays, we get our women, they already molded into something else. We got to try to work around that.
Yeah.
And they trying to mold your ass.
Right. It's like, I hate to say it like this, but like breaking a wild animal. You know, where tame them,
It's not broken, becoming
shit.
Women say that too. You can't handle me. No, it's them damn, like you said, you damn spirits all on.
And like, you're right. I don't want to handle you. I don't want to have to fucking want to handle you. You know, I shouldn't have to do that. You know,
you should have that in check for me. So
the fact that you even bring that energy in already, it's a red flag.
Red flag.
You know, so yeah, these women, man, they expect the man to give them everything, bow down to them, worship them, treat them like queens, you know. But in reality, they're damaged goods. Okay, they're damaged goods. They bring used box, polluted. Okay.
And imagine how the Most High feels.
Right.
There it is, Jake committing all this spiritual fornication, burning incense to all these idols, doing all type of debauch, depraved shit, integrating with these nations. But yet you expect the Most High to shower you in blessings. You expect the Most High to keep you protected under his holy aura. You know, you expect the Most High to be loyal to you. You know? Imagine how the Most High feels. You have all these expectations from your higher power, and you just can't do a simple thing like love your neighbor as yourself. You can't do a simple thing as keep the Sabbath holy. You can't do a simple thing as not lying and stealing.
Right.
You know? You can't do a simple thing as not coveting your neighbor's house. But you want him to keep you showered with all type of riches and blessings, protection.
You can go, oh, the scriptures literally say this. You played the harlot with many lovers, but then come back to me, and I'm supposed to treat you like you brand new and fresh.
Right.
You know, there's a couple places say it. The one I was thinking was in Jeremiah, I think there's another like Hosea.
We always go into it.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, the 16th chapter, how the Lord had Israel just decked out.
Yeah.
We had all these different.
But first took her off the street.
Yeah.
And then
Took
decked
her
her
off
out.
the street,
Cleaned
decked
her up,
put her in her home, gave her some land, had her over the nations, everybody serving her.
And what it is going to do, just like the woman got big-headed and proud and think I can do it myself, or I don't need you.
Yeah, I can worship these other guys and still get my food, my bread, I can get,
because you're going to love me unconditionally. No,
yeah.
It's conditions to love.
Yeah.
If you love me, keep my commandments. That's the condition. That goes on both us to the Most High. That's why He's going to write it in us and make us perfect. It's the same thing with our women.
And that's why ultimately the Lord, this is why He's going to bring judgment down so that everybody can fear.
Yep.
What it really boils down to, everything is out of order, is because there's no fear. They don't fear the Most High. They damn sure are not going to fear me. That's what it boils down to. And even the scriptures say we're supposed to love our wives, but our women are supposed to reverence their husbands. Reverence means fear. So until something bad happens, that's going to channel that fear, we're not going to get that on this side. That's why brothers always say, just wait till the time of Jacob's trouble. Wait till all hell break loose. That's when everything's going to fall back into its order.
When we talk about curbing women, whoa, that curve going to be cold. They better learn, Lord, curve.
It's going to be satisfactory.
Hell yeah.
The Lord's gonna make sure the right woman come up under us.
Yeah.
It's already been set up in the spirit. You know, the women that don't deserve a high quality man of the Lord, they're gonna get curbed, regardless of how beautiful they are. They're not gonna make it. It's gonna be a perfect setup where the right women are gonna come and come up under the protection.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of them ain't gonna come out of America. I'm sorry. A lot of the women that the Lord got reserved up probably gonna be in these other countries. A lot of these women ain't gonna make it out of here, man. It's only a select few of you, a very small number are gonna make it out of here.
It's probably you that's already exercising the right things with the man you got now, the man of the Lord you got now.
Yeah, those of you sisters that continue in faith and charity with all sobriety, wherever you may be, you're that small few that's gonna make it out of here. The rest of them, there's no chance. All right. All right.
Who the fuck wants sexy red? Cardi B.
Oh, come on.
But degenerate ass niggas.
Yeah, man.
You got that.
But yeah, man, the hell with that Mother's Day energy, that vibration.
We're not saying don't love your mother.
Don't
love her every day.
Definitely don't take that out of context. Right? Honor your mother and your father. But don't do it the way society teaches you. All right? So with that, we'll give all praise, glory, and honor to God.
Power, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakurash.
We want to see the elder brothers there, bishop to the great millstone. His blessings and citation to the elect. We will say, Shalom.